Oh, well, everybody know who I want next. I want Terence Crawford next.
You're going to make that happen?
Huh?
You're going to make that happen?
Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else want. Like I said, I'm going to get these straps that I'm going to go over there and take his shit too.
All right. Errol, congratulations. Terrific fight this evening.
Thank you, man. Down. Strap season. Y'all know what time it is, baby. Terrence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt.
All right.
I'm not catching fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the board. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool full of sharks. Now they coaches, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switch codes, but he code switch focus. Staring down your team with a frozen, ice cold look that could end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star. Actually, I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibe, I'm the kingpin. They know I'm a dog and a beast, man. Yeah, I keep the peace with a piece, man. I ain't got no time for a piece, man. Why would I respond to a pawn? I'm the... Hold up.
If I let my dogs off the leash, then you might want to get out of Dodge while they eat. Honestly, think it's not the blood and the beat. If they don't leave anything behind after eating.
I can see you soft, ever thought about retreating? If you never have, then they'll give you a reason. Better watch your tone, lose your bass when you speaking. Underneath the mask is the wrath of a... When you learn how to smile in their face, then go cutthroat. Then they wanna call you a con when the blood cold. I remember starving while y'all had a truckload. Now I'm with the mob with the call and the gusto. I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibe, I'm the kingpin.
What up? What up? What's going on? What's going on? It's Full Kind of Boxing back in the building. What is up, man? You know what I'm saying? We got the boxing world is going crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know, when have we forgotten simple, simple, clear points? You know what I'm saying? Like if one guy, you know what I'm saying? If one guy is doing everything right and the other guy is lying and deceitful, you know what I'm saying? We don't believe you, bro. We don't believe you. And, we got friendships, you know what I'm saying, in these fighters and boxing. Yeah, everybody want to make money. Everybody wants to make money, bro. Yeah, I mean, you're going to make money. You're a prize fighter. Well, we get that. But along with that comes legacy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Legacy is important. We got Floyd Mayweather, who paid his dues. That's why he gets a pass. He don't get a pass because, you know what I'm saying? It's the truth that, money is over legacy. You put money over legacy after you made your legacy, right? And to make a legacy in boxing, you gotta be great. You gotta be in some great fights, bro. I'm talking about like really great fights. We're not talking about, fights that you can win or fights where you have the advantage over everybody. You know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao fought some fucking, crazy fights, bro. You know what I'm saying? With Barrera, Eris Morales. You know what I'm saying? He built his name off those fights. That's why Manny Pacquiao is revered today as one of the greats. Floyd Mayweather, we all know. You know what I'm saying? We so damn tired of talking about Floyd Mayweather because we know all the great fights that he was in, right? So why is it, why is it today it seems like we've forgotten that standard, what I'm saying, in boxing, like it's different for these motherfuckers today. You know what I'm saying? It's no different. You know what I'm saying? It's the same standard across the board. Yeah, we can allow Floyd Mayweather to say, what I'm saying, money over legacy because he's put in the time. He's fought some hellacious motherfuckers in the ring. He has fought some hellacious motherfuckers in the ring. He came the hard way. He went through trial and error. He didn't know if he could beat them dudes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he just had to go for what he knew, right? At an early stage in his career, he was fighting hardcore motherfuckers out there and making his bones. That's why Floyd Mayweather can get by on what he's saying now because he's earned it. If you haven't fought nobody, bro, you see these fighters, they want to fight one or two easy challenges in the ring and then they want to skate the rest of their career. Yeah, because boxing is dangerous and anything can happen. But that's why you get paid so much goddamn money, right? When you reach the top. And I understand, you know what I'm saying? All those dudes that you came up fighting, there's a lot of fights, bro. But that's the boxing game, right? When Chavez came up, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker got about 70, fights, 70 or 80 fights, you know what I'm saying? But he earned it, bro. He earned it, you know what I'm saying? Those gift decisions, you know what I'm saying? Even though they fucked up when he fought Mildred Taylor, and they took it from Mildred in the last few seconds. You know what I'm saying? But he earned it. The man came up the hard. He fought some hellacious fight. He fought Pernell Whitaker. You know what I'm saying? You can go back and you can name any of those fighters. You know what I'm saying? Roger Mayweather, Buddy McGirt. You could name any of them. They all have signature wins because they earned. That means you earn it, bro. Because you fought a great fighter in the ring. That means you faced somebody that could beat you. You know what I'm saying? You got to face somebody who can beat you to be considered somebody. No, you can't skate by on fights that you can just win. That where you have the athletic ability, or you know what I'm saying, or you just, you know what I'm saying, the dude don't equal your skill, or you know what I'm saying. When you're a special fighter, you got to fight other special fighters, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then if you start to avoid these fights, then you ain't that dude, bro. You ain't that dude. So we can't fake it. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers can't be out here faking it, you know what I'm saying, till they make it. Now, if you've been in the game and you got 38 fights, bro, some people don't have 38 fights. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what's going on, Andre Smith? What's going on in the building? He says, laying in the bed, can't wait to get my Wi-Fi. He says going in and out, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Not all Wi-Fi's are created equal. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on where you at. But I'm looking at Andre Ward, y'all. I'm looking at Andre Ward ass, and I'm just like, bro, you know what I'm saying? We supported you in your career because they were shitting on you, and you was trying to come up through the ranks. You was trying to come up through the ranks, and everybody was like, trying to downplay Andre career. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a clincher. You know what I'm saying? He was a good tactician in the ring. You know, Super Six, he was damn sure winning. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Devon Wallace? What's happening?
What's going on, Paul? How you been?
All right. I'm just tripping on all this. All these OG fighters. They all over the place, bro.
I
They all
see,
over
man.
the place.
I see.
What-
I just want to chime in, man. I've been following you for the past couple weeks on this topic. You've been breaking it down, man, for real. I'm gonna just put my 2 cents in and hop off. What doesn't
Mhm.
make sense to me, and let me know your thoughts on this. It doesn't make sense because Crawford's complaining about money, but we all know he's gonna make the most money in this fight. Whether it's up front or on the back end, regardless, he's going to make the most money in this fight. And if he wins the fight, he can then demand whatever he wants after that to any of the welterweights or any other super welterweights. So I don't understand where he's coming from on this. Like, what's his angle? What does he really want? Is it money? Because I honestly just don't think he just wants to fight Spence at this point.
Well, I think you answered your own question, my brother, because that's where I was going with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? All this ring around the rosy, talking around the subject. You know what I'm saying? They making it about money. They making it about everything about faith, except for facing Errol Spence Jr. in the ring. That should be the main focus. When Marvelous Marvin Hagler wanted to fight Sugar Ray Leonard, it wasn't about no money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm pretty sure he knew what he was going to get paid, but he wasn't emphasizing on it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't emphasizing on what Sugar Ray Leonard was going to get and what he was going to get and making that a wedge issue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was about the legacy. It was about this motherfucker over here was an Olympian and everybody think he's the shit, but I think I'll whip this dude ass. That's what it was about. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? With Mike Tyson fighting Lennox Lewis, you know what I'm saying? Lennox Lewis was this intellectual pretty boy motherfucker. And Mike Tyson said, I'm from the streets. I'll whip this nigga ass because he's soft. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was about. Not this, you know, oh, I might get hurt. I might get hurt. And what the fans gonna do for me? He's fighting the fans. He's fighting propaganda and public opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's his opponent. You know what I'm saying? That's the opponent that Terence Crawford want to make it about. He want to make it about everything except for that dude down there in Texas who's on fire.
Right.
Who's on fire, ready. You know what I'm saying? And you're not matching that energy.
Right.
So everybody said that you was the dude. You know what I'm saying? You was this dude with the subliminal boxing IQ that could slip in punches and knock you out and get you up out of there. And this dude been ducking you because you're pound for pound number one. Where did that go, bro? What we talking about here? I'm confused.
It
I'm
don't make no
confused.
sense, Paul. And what's crazy is this, right? People saying, well, it's not a guarantee that he would make more money than his highest purse, which is what, 6 million against Sean? Well, let me ask
Hmm.
those people this, right? You're telling me he won't make more money fighting Sean Porter. He's gonna be fighting the unified champion at welterweight, the guy with 3 belts, one of the biggest draws at the PBC, other than Deontay Wilder, maybe Tank Davis. And you're telling me he won't pull more numbers than him fighting Sean Porter? That don't even make sense.
Well, see, when you're trying to tear down a fight and when you're trying to avoid somebody, you know what I'm saying, you start planting seeds everywhere and you want to see where the plant gonna grow at, where it's gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? You just start throwing seeds everywhere, you know what I'm saying, and you just start trying to see what's gonna catch. You're throwing mud on the wall and see what's gonna hold. You know what I'm saying? Because EJ is
Right,
keeping it simple. He's not talking in the media, you know what I'm saying? He's not trying to make excuses. He's keeping it about the legacy, he's keeping it about the fight.
right,
You know what I'm saying? It's only one person who's all over the place talking about the deal ain't right. You know what I'm saying? The sky is purple. It's not blue. You know what I'm saying? They're not treating me right. You know what I'm saying? No, bro. I mean, you got to go to the PBC. The PBC got the venue. The PBC got the fighters with the unified belts, right? So why would you try to take it outside of that realm? Because they're not going to allow anything outside of the PBC to handle this business. He knows that. I
right,
mean, anybody with common sense understand that the PBC is in control. They got the platform. Why would I allow ESPN to take this fight? Why would I allow BLK Prime to take my fight? You know what I'm saying? I control the division. You got one WBO belt and you got nothing but that in your bareback ass, right? That's all you got, bro. So you're gonna hold out. You're gonna keep that away from the PBC, which we see is a pattern with Terence Crawford his entire career. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go over to the PBC in 2018, we thought, because maybe he had a better deal with Top Rank or whatever. No, he just wanted to stay out the chaos. He didn't want to have to prove himself by fighting Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, and those guys over there, Sean Porter at the time, who was in their prime. We saw the fights. They were slanging and banging over there. He didn't want to be a part of that.
right,
So he kept himself over safely. He kept himself over, what I'm saying, in the white neighborhood. In the hood over here at the PBC was the hood, where everybody was fighting and shit and mixing it up. It took look how hard it was for EJ to get into the mix. But he jumped in there because he was ready to rumble, right?
Yeah,
They
and
st- they
speaking
tr-
on that, Paul, I'm sorry to
mhm.
cut you off.
Go ahead, my brother.
Speaking on that, EJ on the come up, that's one reason why I know a lot of people want to see him fight Keith Thurman, but I don't want to see that fight, Paul, just because I remember when Spence was on the come up trying to get those shots and they froze him out. And it took them this long just to get these belts because those guys didn't want to fight him. And then on top of that, Keith Thurman lost to Pacquiao, who then lost to Ugas, who then lost to Spence. So to me, it's like he's going backwards because I'm going to be honest with you. I saw that Barrios fight, was not impressed. I've seen recent footage of Keith. He's still looking
Hmm.
overweight. He's not dedicated. I want to see EJ, who's at his peak, fight a dedicated fighter. I'm looking at Ortiz. I'm looking at a Boots Ennis, even a Stanionis, somebody who got that hunger that's going to give us a good fight. I just think Keith Thurman's just looking for a money grab. If he fights Spence, I promise you that's his last fight. I want to see him in there with a young gun because Spence, he's been working. I want to see him put this
Hmm.
work against somebody who's going to, give it back to him a little bit. That's just my take on the whole Keith thing. I get it. It's a money fight, but to me, it's just going backwards. He beat the guy who beat the guy.
Well, I think the same thing. I thought the same thing. Well, I thought the same way you thinking about that Keith Thurman shit right there, because Keith Thurman, you know, he ducked the smoke.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He ducked the smoke, and the way he did it was in the most miserable way possible. You know what I'm saying? And but the thing is, this is the thing. Keith Thurman still has that class pedigree name. You know what I'm saying? And if Terence Crawford, see, this is what Terence Crawford is doing. He's looking for the names, but he's like Canelo. He's trying to match make and pick guys at their most vulnerable moments. Like he wanted to fight EJ, you know what I'm saying, because EJ was fucking up,
Right.
drinking and all that stuff. So he was interested in that fight. But now, what I'm saying, he saw what happened to Ugas. He see EJ, what I'm saying, rededicating himself to the sport. He's not interested in a strong Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? With Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying, because Crawford took up so much of this man prime, you know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman's fight makes sense because he needs to clean up the division of his class. You know what I'm saying? He need to clean up the division. Keith Thurman represents, what I'm saying, the class that he came in on. And he needs that name, what I'm saying, to secure more for his legacy. So now he can add not only Kell Brook, not only can he add Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, and he got Udanis Ugas, who Terence Crawford didn't fight. See, so he's going through the class of the people that he came in there for. And Keith Thurman represents, what I'm saying, the entire class. That's why it's so important for him to fight Keith Thurman so he can tie up that whole era. Now, Terence Crawford, like usual, he's keeping himself on the outside. He's keeping himself away so EJ can't add that name and they can give it to him. Just like he was saying, EJ, he don't know what it feels like to be a undisputed champion, right? He don't know what that feel like to be. You got to have the ring belt. And see, that's the shit I'm talking about Terence Crawford. He's a fake ass nigga, right? Because how you going like sit there and go nanny boo boo and you won't fight this man? You know what I'm saying? And he don't have this, he don't have that. Oh, he's dodging his mandatories when you the reason why he's dodging his damn mandatories. You know what I'm saying? You the reason because you holding up time, you holding up contracts, you won't face this man. You going in there and you making up all kind of excuses about, why you can't face this man in the ring. And the shit is just it's unimaginable, bro. It's like, why are you doing this? Why are you trolling in business, right? You're not coming correct what Sean Porter told him. Hey, you got to, you can't come in there. See, Terrence Crawford ain't serious about making this fight. He just want the clout off the fight. All right.
Right.
He's 35 years old. And I could tell you when I was 35, what I'm saying, you start losing, all that 20-year-old shit, that advantages that you had in your 20s. Like Jerome Businis right now, he's clicking on all cylinders. You know what I'm saying? The nigga is flipping in the ring. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You saw Teofimo Lopez, you know what I'm saying, coming in the ring, flipping and shit all backwards and shit. You could do shit like that when you're 20 years old, but when you're 35, you're not at the top of your athletic peak anymore. And if you got by on a lot of athletic ability, you know what I'm saying? Because, Roy Jones looked like he was sound too when he was athletic and shit. You couldn't tell if he could box or not because nigga was just so much faster than everybody. And he could, what I'm saying, the way he moved, he just made it look like, the nigga could do anything in the ring. It was the same with Terence Crawford, but he was fighting lesser opponents too. So now that he's older, he's 35, he's going to get exposed like Roy Jones Jr. did because he got by on a lot of arm reach and a lot of power and a lot of athletic ability. So when that shit goes out the window, you're going to start getting knocked out by the Glenn Johnsons of the world. You're going
Right.
to start getting knocked out by the Antonio Tarvers because now you're starting to slip in your abilities. You can't stay ahead of the curve. You can't see a punch coming and get out the way. Now you're gonna still be there, and you can't stand in front of EJ. That's what Bozy Ennis said. You got to use your angles, and if you ain't not quick enough to use your angles against EJ, he's gonna walk right through you, and he's gonna fucking destroy you. Even if you can use angles, the man is so damn durable. You know what I'm saying? He's a hardcore throwback dude who
Right.
who deflects punches as he's giving you a punch.
Right.
So Terence Crawford ain't been in no fights like that, y'all. He ain't
And
been in no fights like that.
that's
hmm
why I want to see the Boots in this fight and then see EJ move up. I know people say they're gonna meet at 54, but to me, you talk about legacy defining. What's more legacy defining than fighting the guy that they think can beat you? People think Boots can beat everybody right now. Ain't nobody thinking about Keith Thurman beating anybody. People actually think Boots can beat these guys. What bigger fight? Philly versus Dallas. You got it in sports. That'll sell. I think that'll sell, Paul. That'll sell just
mm.
as much as the Ugas fight, if you ask me. They're going to promote that fight. I think that's a great fight. He's a mandatory. Give him the shot that you didn't get when you were on the come up. You
Well, the
know,
thing
like
ab-
it's
the thing
and
the thing
EJ's a
about
throwback fighter. I think he'd do something like that because he is a throwback fighter.
well, if anybody's gonna give Jerron Businis a chance, it would be EJ.
Right,
And I think the only problem is that EJ ain't long for 147. I think he's struggling right now to stay. The man is 32 years old. You know what I'm saying? He's
right,
the size of a sixth grader. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to keep that kind of weight. You know what I'm saying? The older you get, it's hard to make that kind of weight. You know what I'm saying? And he's been at the weight for over 10 years now. So, a lot of people think, why don't he do this? Why don't he do that? That man got to stay at 147. You know what I'm saying? The nigga eat a cheeseburger and he a middleweight. You know what I'm saying? He eat a cheeseburger and fries, that motherfucker 160. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard, it's easy, it's harder than you think for them to keep that discipline like that, even though he got to be fit in his corner helping him out. You know what I'm saying? But the man been at the weight for a long time. He's killing himself to stay at 147. And we got these strategist fighters now who want to catch you. They're looking for weakness. They're trying to see if you're gonna fall apart. They know that if you're struggling to make weight, what I'm saying, like Sugar Ray Leonard did Duran, what I'm saying, watching this nigga, waiting for the weakness like he did Marvin Hagler, waiting till after he fought John the Beast Mugabe, he saw the weakness. He seen this man taking a brutal beating to his body. And then
right,
he knew it was time. See what I'm saying? He wasn't gonna catch him before that. So these guys strategically watching each other and waiting for weakness. So I bet you if Errol Spence Jr. got into another car crash and came back, oh boy, I bet Terence Crawford be all over that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or if it was David Avanesian, who was the three belt unified champion, he'd be all. It wouldn't be about money. It wouldn't be
right,
about going to the hospital. It'll be about It'll be about legacy. We got to get the legacy. I have a chance, an opportunity to become the undisputed champion twice. But
right,
it's all about who it is that's got the opportunity, who has the belts. It ain't about what he's talking about. So he's trying to make it about everything else. And Andre Ward, you know what I'm saying, his whole career, you know what I'm saying, he had to fight and scuffle for respect. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he kind of identifies in a way with what Terence Crawford is going through. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Terence Crawford didn't face the motherfuckers that Andre Ward faced.
Hell yeah, Ward fought Kovalev
Right.
twice.
And he fought, I mean, a lot of those guys that they don't name, like
Chad
Abram
Dawson.
and Chad Dawson, those dudes wasn't no joke, bro.
Right.
They wasn't no they wasn't no Thomas Delorme's, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They wasn't no you know what I'm saying, Jose Benavidez. Just, you know, even though
Ward,
Benavidez,
he cleared
go
out
ahead.
that Super Six.
Right. You see what I'm saying? And that's real. We know that's real. That's why Ward got his respect. That's why nobody had nothing to say. But see, this whole narrative, that this victim Olympic shit he got going on, really makes me dislike Terence Crawford, because it shows his character.
Right.
It shows his character. No fighter needs to be in the victim Olympics, bro, because you are a gladiator, and nobody should feel sorry for a gladiator. You know, a gladiator is going to see if he could be the best, if he could beat the best. And when you stop trying to beat the best, bro, we were looking at you crazy, like, what you talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? You talking about going to wrestling matches. Nobody want to hear that, bro. It's not about your family. You know what I'm saying? It's not about your family. You chose this profession. You chose this, the box. And if you lost your will to be the best, then let that be it. Don't be trying to tear this man down. Don't be trying to tear this man resume down, who's fighting the best in the division, and act like that's not what's happening. And that's what pissed you off about Terence Crawford, and that's what pissed you off about his fans, is that they trying to tear EJ down, and he doing everything right. He doing what he giving us the fights. They are trying to give us the fights that we want to see, even
Right.
though the man has been, in car accidents. He's come back and he's still fighting the best. What is Terence Crawford doing with none of that going on? He hasn't been in a car accident. This nigga just simply won't get in the ring and fight the best. He could have fought Ugas. You know what I'm saying? Ugas been calling him out. Ugas said, man, I beat Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? And when I beat Manny Pacquiao and got the WBA, I put it on the line. And I fought EJ. So he's a class act. So he's not just gonna, what I'm saying, say it like it should be said. Like, nigga, you ain't putting nothing on the line. You just talking shit, right?
Right. Yeah.
You breaking down better, uh, more courageous fighters who are putting their reputations on the line when they get in the ring, right? He shits on Terence Crawford, shits on Danny Garcia, but won't get in the ring with him. He shits on Keith Thurman, but won't get in the ring with him. He shits on Kell Brook record, but Kell Brook, of course, he didn't fight him in his prime. Keith Thurman didn't fight Kell Brook in his prime because Kell Brook was no joke. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But you can't shit on Sean Porter and Kell Brook, you know what I'm saying? Because EJ fought him first, in their prime, when they had
When
belts.
they had belts, exactly. When
When
they
they
had
had
belts.
belts. They'll tell you a part of it, but they try to, they don't care about the other half of it. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about the other half. You can't shit on EJ resume without your resume looking crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? All those little pussy punk ass people down at 140 that you fought don't mean nothing. Not to real hardcore boxing fans. Only fans that are crazy about Terence Crawford gonna like really acknowledge those accolades, Because where is Ndongo today?
And
Who
you
is
know what's
he?
crazy about that, Paul? It's
Hmm.
like, you think about it, Josh Taylor had a more impressive run at
Right,
Undisputed than him.
right,
He cleared
exactly.
out that tournament. He beat Prograis. He beat Ramirez. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? He didn't look good against Catterall, but I think they have a rematch coming up. He had a more impressive run than me. 40's gonna have rotating undisputed champions because Top Rank
Hmm.
has all the belts. So it's gonna rotate year after year after year. It's gonna water down Terence Crawford's. I think what people value about Crawford's run at 40 was because there was such a long gap of somebody being undisputed before him. So it kind of, he was what, the first one in a decade to win it, which makes it look good. But at the end of the day, like you said, you start breaking down the names, it's really not that impressive. Um, and I think if Errol Spence was to get into the ring with Crawford and stop him for his belt, that'll be probably the most impressive run, maybe outside of his stablemate Jamel Charlo. You know,
Hmm.
because those two
And
guys have beaten everybody for the belts. They've beaten the best guys in their division one by one, both in the same camp. I mean, that'll be legendary, you know. And Crawford, like
and
you said, he's stopping it. He's not letting it happen.
and see, that, and that's the genuineness of it all, is that and Donko was unified. He didn't have to go to like different champions and what I'm
Right.
saying, grab those belts. What I'm saying, it's different. Your run, it matters, bro. Who you fight matters. See, that's not what they telling you when they just say, he undisputed 3 division champion. They don't tell you that there was nobody in those weight divisions, bro. The shit was empty. Right. Ricky Burns is not somebody we're gonna remember in boxing history. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just not. You know what I'm saying? So, and we know this, so this is why they're dishonest. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about pumping up, a fake champion. These are title holders. These are guys that could lose on any given day. You know what I'm saying? When you're a champion, you have a reign. You don't abandon the belts. You know what I'm saying? You defend the belts, and then you're really a champion, right?
Right.
You're really a champion. So, you know, let me see. What's going on, Calvin Ringo? He says the only way Bud fights someone is if he get pushed into a corner and has nowhere to go. He thinks he's in the Hall of Fame, so he wants Hall of Fame money, right? So that's the problem with boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? It's like we got to acknowledge, what I'm saying, being real out here. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that EJ went to each and every. He didn't care. He didn't care. If you had the belt, he wanted it. So why are these people playing like EJ ain't out here fighting the best? Why they playing like, what I'm saying, Terence Crawford is getting he's the one that's wanting to fight and all this weird propaganda shit. The shit gets under it gets under your nerve on the second. It's like y'all dudes are delusional, bro. This dude is ducking right in front of your face and you want to call it something else, right? That's because you don't want to fight. You don't want to fight. You dislike this man EJ so much that you rather just lie about what's going on in reality, right? You rather just make believe that this dude is somebody he ain't, you know what I'm saying? And you just want this man not to get that accolade of having a full belt, being the first undisputed champion of full belt era. That's more important to a lot of these boxing fans than the actual fight himself. Keeping it away, keeping EJ accolades down is like a major thing for them. And I don't get that kind of mentality or mindset for boxing fans to gang up against, a dude that's doing everything right. A dude is not talking shit and calling people gay and all this other shit. I just think it's the times we're living in. This is toxic shit that people feed on. You know what I'm saying? It's got nothing to do with boxing. This is just about, you know, uh, just pussy punk ass people that loves toxicity. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
what I see. They just like toxicity. It's just something to argue about, something to lie about, something to be shady about. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys act like hoes out here. You know what I'm saying? And it's just what it is. They don't care about lying. They don't care about, they'll bring up false information. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, we ain't got time for that kind of stuff. We ain't on that type of time. Well, the time we on, we want to see who the best is. And we see, what EJ said. He said, shit, you know, we're gonna see who holding up this fight. And he told Crawford a while back, you smoking mirrors, bro. I mean, he saw the hole in Terence Crawford because he was trying to punk EJ, and he saw that EJ don't operate like that, and so he had to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Because he was going to embarrass himself if he kept trying to punk EJ, and he wasn't responding to that kind of dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So now that everybody see that this dude isn't who he say he is, now it's about money. Now it's about, you know what I'm saying, it's about having the right deal. It's not about legacy. It's not about getting in there and showing this dude why I'm the best in the world. And that I think we all kind of adjusting to making the adjustment in our heads that damn, this nigga really fronted on the world. He really fronted to the world. You know, he lied to the world about who he is, and he's taking an easy fight in David Avenesian, and that's absurd, bro. We can't let that kind of shit slide. You know what I'm saying? You need to get your ass up out of boxing and get off that belt. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need to do because you know what I'm saying right now you just in the way. You know what I'm saying? You just in the way. You know what I'm saying? And for Ward, for Andre Ward to have went through what he went through, he should be on EJ's side. Tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? He should be on EJ's side because, you know, he went to fight the best. You know what I'm saying? He didn't give a damn. But not all fighters are created equally. On one side, I don't get his schizophrenia when it comes to, you know, seeing how Crawford moved in his career and how he moved in his own personal career. I don't get why he's backing Terence Crawford besides him being a friend. I just don't get it, bro. I mean, and why are you even in this business anyway? Why are you even are you clout chasing? You clout chasing this whole situation just because it's the biggest fight in boxing and nobody really want to talk about Andre Ward. You claim that that's what Sean Porter doing. You know what I'm saying? But sound like that's what you doing too. You know what I'm saying? What you think, bro?
Yeah, man, you nailed it. You nailed. I'm surprised because Ward was one of my favorite fighters coming up. And
Me
I
too.
think he relates more to EJ in terms of in the ring fighting the best. But it's all a
Hmm.
company ploy. He's an ESPN employee. Crawford is his boy. So I get the play with him and Tim Bradley, but it's just disappointing, Paul. It's just disappointing. Um, I had a lot of respect for Terence Crawford as a fighter, and I was always thinking, is it Errol? Is it Crawford? Who's the best fighter at 47? Because the styles were so intriguing. I just wanted to see the fight. And for the past 3-4 years, as a fan, right, I'm thinking, oh, it's probably because he's on Top Rank, he's on PBC Showtime, you know. So when Crawford left, it was the best opportunity. Nothing should have blocked this fight. Nothing should have prevented Crawford from signing the dotted line. Absolutely nothing, in my opinion. And he just dropped the ball, Pool. He dropped the ball, man. And I don't think this fight's happening. I
Me
hope I'm
neither.
wrong, but just the way this negotiation has taken place, EJ will be a damn fool to sit at the table with that dude, man. Like,
And,
you
and
know,
I'm right.
there's other
Hmm.
great fights out there. And, he has a career, like you said, he doesn't have long at the weight. He has a family. I know he has a lot of kids. He's been through some stuff in his career. Like, I think he should just move on. As far as Crawford, he got David Avenesian, and then we gonna see what he does after that, man. But
And see,
man, Pooh, I gotta go. I gotta hop off, man. But I love your channel, man. You're one of the best. I think you are the best out there when it comes to this boxing content. You
oh, I
keep it you
appreciate it.
keep it on it, man. I'm always listening, and thank you for having me on.
Oh, not a problem, bro. Not a problem. You know,
All right,
I
all
just
right. You take care.
all right, bro. B Murs says he says they want to make some money with Boots before they put him in with EJ. He said EJ is cash cow and Boots will be one. He said I don't think that the fight will be pushed. Andre Smith says he says they all building Boots just like Earl coming up in this boxing. He said Boots, excuse me, Boots the same way. Big fish. And chill will 817 says he says salute school. He says I'm OT. Oh yeah, no doubt. He says regional driver, and I just want to say I appreciate the long real content and the conversations that you provide. It helps me a lot. Don't worry about it, bro. I'll be back out there soon. I ain't got but another week before I get back out there. Shit. You know what I'm saying? So I've been trying to put as much content up as possible. You know what I'm saying? I'll try to keep it up, you know what I'm saying, once I get back on the road. Um, Chill Will, he says salute pool. T Word says Spence will have the toughest run to undisputed. He says Charlo got two in one fight, I believe. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. And see Alex Shrill Jones, what's going on, brother? You know, he's just speaking out. He says it's a real boxing channel. Thank you, my brother. He said, "What's going on?" So it's just people, just talking. You know, what I'm saying, let's see. What's up, Pedro Torres? He says we blame Bob for protecting this wimp for so long. He created a monster. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. He just kind of messed up the whole golden era because back in 2018, if Crawford would have went ahead and signed with the PBC, we wouldn't be having these problems today. He would be a bigger star in my opinion. Um, he would already understand the the model that PBC, he would see the money, so he would understand and he have a working relationship with them. But because Terence Crawford, I don't know if it's Bomac, a lot of people say Bomac poisoned his mind against the PBC, but I just don't understand how it got to that point just because EJ over there don't mean EJ is the PPC. He just does business with the PPC, and they all kind of conflate Crawford fans and people who support Crawford, and of course the white media. You know what I'm saying? They all hate PPC, so they all conflate all the fighters and the PPC together. Al Heyman, they change what he does for these fighters, you know what I'm saying, for their hate for EJ. Now he's a damn promoter of EJ. They make it, make Al Heyman the scapegoat for everything that's going on, even though they're looking at this man do a full duck right before their eyes, and they can't even accept that. You know what I'm saying? They have to change it into something else. The deal was bad. Um, uh, they got to let Terence Crawford come to the table. EJ can't come to all this crazy ass conspiracy stuff that nobody's like really, what I'm saying, like just looking at the plain and simple truth, what I'm saying. Terence Crawford really trying to get this fight fucked up, and he's trying to put it past him. He don't want to face this dude in the ring because it's too dangerous for his legacy. I mean, imagine if Terence Crawford go in here and get Falumaloon, what I'm saying, easily get destroyed in 1 or 2 rounds, then what people are going to say? They're going to say the man legacy wasn't nothing to begin with. They're going to say the man legacy was crap, and he can't afford that because he's banking on getting into the Hall of Fame on what he's already done. And if EJ, like Roy Jones Jr., right? Remember Roy Jones Jr., how he was just going through motherfuckers, right? And then he came, then he went up to heavyweight and he fought John Ruiz, right? Then he tried to rush back down, and then he got Falumaloon, you know what I'm saying? And then he's just kept getting knocked out. This is at the same point Terence Crawford is in his career, except Roy did fight Lights Out Tony, and he fought Bernard Hopkins, right? That saved him. That saved him because the rest of them niggas, what I'm saying, were belt holders. He beat belt holders, and he didn't really fight nobody, what I'm saying, after he fought those two Hall of Famers, right? But that saved Roy right there, fighting Lights Out Tony and Bernard Hopkins. Terence Crawford, he ain't got no damn Lights Out Tony. He don't have no, what I'm saying, no Bernard Hopkins to speak of. And then when he finally do get a dude that's probably, going to end up in the Hall of Fame right along with him, and somebody who name can be, synonymous with his, just like, you had Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, just like you had Sugar Ray Leonard Hearns. You got a adversary, what I'm saying, to be written down in history with. He turns away from the shit, right? He turns away because trying to protect the little weak undisputed shit at 140 that nobody's going to remember. That's what he's doing. And it's like everybody's like, bro, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be one of the best. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be pound for pound number one. None of that shit means nothing when you in there facing somebody who can get in your ass, right? And that's the problem. We have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? As a hardcore boxing fan, I got a problem with that shit. Eli Peters TV, he says he already ruined the last perfect date that had in February, right before the Super Bowl. He said, like, what date can they book now that would be possible? You know what I'm saying? So, shit, I couldn't even tell you, bro. I'm like so fucked up about the whole situation, Eli. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm just so tired of this dude don't have the mentality, bro. If he, you know what I'm saying? If he had the mentality, Eli, you know what I'm saying, like he wanted to fight, you know what I'm saying? That would be something to look into. But the dude don't he carry himself like he's retired, like he's sitting on Golden Pond. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he wants this fight, Eli, TV, Peter's TV. I don't think he wants this damn fight. Um, I don't think he's gonna revisit this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a shame that this was the young folks, Hagler Hearns, you know what I'm saying? This was the young people, Hearns, Marvin Hagler. This was their fight of their eras to say, shit, I was there when these motherfuckers got it in. And see, he's for the cheap boxing. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna walk in the Hall of Fame, I guess. I don't know if he'll be first. I doubt if he'll be first ballot. He's gonna walk in there on that weak shit. Nobody want to see that shit. Nobody want to hear about that shit no more. Runaway Slave says ESPN had Lomo as pound for pound, and he says black media and YouTube podcasts advocate for him as the best, but he says Errol Raphael some ruffled some feathers. He said, and people anointed him as their champ and exposed Bud resume. Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers jump on bandwagons like it ain't shit nowadays. You know, he said Pedro Torres. He says he would never fight Spence for no amount of money. He said I am a loving person usually, but he said, I'm really starting to hate crawfish with a passion. I know, man. And see that, like Runaway Slave, so he always every now and then if I slip and say something, because your mind be everywhere on this shit, man. Because you want to give Crawford his respect, and that helps EJ out. You know what I'm saying? Tearing down Crawford don't help EJ. You know what I'm saying? Crawford needs to be everything that his fans say he needs to be for EJ to get credit, to get respect. If he goes in there and he walks through Terence Crawford, then we know he wasn't shit, right? That don't help EJ legacy. You know what I'm saying? For hardcore boxing fans who really love the sport. You want to see a classic. You know what I'm saying? If it's going to be 2 or 3 rounds, you want to see Crawford go, you want to see him give it all he got, right? You want to see him fight a brave, bold fight, and we're not going to get that because this dude, he's giving off such pussy energy, right? And he's giving off this pussy energy, and you just don't think he's going to be able to weather the storm. And he's not going to get in that ring like Pedro Torres said. He's acting like when he made that analogy about Aaron Pryor. He made an analogy about Aaron Pryor and Sugar Ray Leonard in that interview with Kate Abdul, right? I can't get over that shit, y'all. Why would you say that? You know what I'm saying? You giving EJ even more. I think EJ already know what he is, but to put that out to the world, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? Unless you don't have any intention on fighting. You know what I'm saying? You have no intentions on fighting, bro. Aaron Pryor and Sugar Ray Leonard never fought. And that never hurt Sugar Ray Leonard legacy. But nigga, you ain't Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Ray Leonard had other legacy signature fights. You know what I'm saying? See, he'll say something, he'll focus on one part that supports what he thinks support what he's talking about, but he don't say the rest that negates everything the fuck what he's talking about. So you just like, shut up, bro. Just shut up. You know what I'm saying? This new media shit where people just take a part of something so the rest of what's going on out of context don't matter, right? It's like that's why I hate arguing with motherfuckers on the line because they so fucking dishonest. You know what I'm saying? They won't tell you the whole quote. They'll tell you half truths and act like they saying something. You know what I'm saying? That's why I just chomp motherfuckers off because I like, dude, how you gonna argue some shit and you ain't being honest? Just be honest. You know what I'm saying? Just tell it like it is. What's wrong with that? When men operate in truth, you know what I'm saying? Not in bullshit. When you tell half truths, then it's bullshit, bro. Get your ass on somewhere with that. Nobody needs that. What we need is honesty and who's the best, and that's what we're operating in. All this other shit, he's a three division champion. He won, but bro, we know all that shit. We know what that's about, bro. You need to be honest and break it down. You know what I'm saying? Break it down to the nuances, and you ain't got nothing. So what I'm saying? I hate really like going back and forth with motherfuckers that's delusional. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna stay on that shit because the boy is looking pretty fucked up right now. That's what it is. You know. Let's see. Real shit. Real shit. 30. He says, like I've been saying, Keith Thurman 2.0, but worse because because uh, Sermon Sermon actually fought elite guys at their elite stage, unlike Buddy. Right. You know what I'm saying? And see, people they don't want to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. If Let me tell you something. If Terence Crawford, what I'm saying, if he fought some people, you know what I'm saying, and he that we respected, let's say he went in there and he Falumaloom Danny Garcia, he would get credit for that because Danny Garcia is considered no matter what nobody think about Danny Garcia, he's considered top of the division. Instead of fighting, let's replace Danny Garcia with Jose Benavidez, right? We got to replace him with Jose Benavidez. He would get top credit. Danny Garcia trumps Jose Benavidez, right? So let's say instead of fighting Amir Khan, he fought Keith Thurman. He would get all the credit in the world. So it all that bullshit about it don't matter who you fight. It don't matter. I don't want to please the fans because it don't matter who. No, dude, it does matter. See, that's the dishonest shit I'm talking about. That's the lies and shit you're talking about. Because look at EJ. Nobody's complaining about EJ resume because the man fighting the best regardless of what he going through. That's why this man is so celebrated. It ain't because, we like that he's from Dallas. You know what I'm saying? It's not because we like that, that he moved to the country and got horses and shit like that. No, this man is trying to fight the best. That's what boxing fans love about boxing. We like a motherfucker who trying to get all the smoke. And you know that. And that's why I say this nigga is on some bullshit because he knows that. But he want to act like a victim. You know what I'm saying? You want to act like a victim. Oh, they just don't like me. They just don't like me because I'm from Omaha. No, nigga, it ain't nothing about that. If you go in there, you fought the best. You know what I'm saying? You get the same respect that EJ got. But we see that you trying to hide and you trying to change the narrative and you trying to do all this pussy punk ass shit. Nobody respect that, bro. Let me see. Pedro Torres says he cares nothing about legacy or his fans. How people he said how people can like this guy with all his shenanigans. I will never know. Me neither, bro. Bill Murray says facts. He says Eric could ruin Bud legacy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But he made it so. If he would have went straight to the fight, nobody would have cared. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would care. What's going on, Mr. Turner, in the building? He says Tank versus Ryan is official. Check Tank Instagram. We already know they were gonna find a way to make that fight. Tank, feel like Tank feel like thank you for that 999 super chat, Mr. Turner. Tank versus Ryan is officially checked. He said check Tank Instagram. Yeah, man, Tank was gonna get that fight because they were gonna lose Tank if they didn't. You know what I'm saying? That's a fight that's high profile. That's a fight that he can win. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia is looked at, with no heart, like he has no heart. And Tank feel confident that he could beat the shit out of Ryan. I have no doubts that he could beat the shit out of Ryan, even though a lot of Ryan is gaining a lot of support, even though he haven't done shit to earn it. And you could argue that Tank is almost in the same situation, but Tank is such an exciting fucking fighter, and you can see what he can do with that power. So you really can't, compare him on that level because Tank has done more, in my opinion. Even though people like to tear down Tank's career, shit, Tank is one of the most exciting motherfuckers up in there. You just waiting for him to drop that You know what I'm saying? Just dropped the bomb on the motherfucker, and he's got that speed. And Ryan Garcia, he still make a lot of mistakes, bro, and he don't have a lot of craft or creativity. He just got speed. He got power. And even though he has a pedigree, an amateur pedigree, and he knows these guys, you know what I'm saying, he haven't really got in that ring and worked on his craft enough, in my opinion, to beat like a Tank and shit like that, who's gaining and gaining more confidence. For some reason, the development of fighters a little bit slower today than it was in the past, because looked like they were hungrier in the past because they didn't have all these different distractions, social media, different companies, saying trying to like really get in and um, give them something, and got all these different brands and backdoor promoters, trying to put money in their pockets and shit. So they developing, they're not really working on their craft as much, or focusing on their craft as much. Let me see. Let me see where I was. I had to get that super chat. Let me see. Eli says he already ruined it. Okay, I read down. Okay, I'm down. Let me see. Real shit. He said, okay. So Calvin Ringo says if you lose, he said if you lose like they're going to take a hard look at his resume and see he was a cherry picked champion. Yeah, and see they picked fights. The matchmakers picks fights that he could win, and it shows in how he's moving now that he's facing somebody like a Errol Spence Jr., somebody who can utterly, expose you, through sheer aggression. He's going to show you hard, like Greg Hackett say. EJ understands that a lot of motherfuckers don't want to fight in the ring. A lot of motherfuckers don't want to fight. So he gonna beat you up. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't want to fight, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna make it. You gotta knock EJ out. You know what I'm saying, to make it, because he's gonna make you knock him out. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna make you, he's gonna get in your face. It's like a bully, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna cut you off and you're gonna have to knock the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? If Terence Crawford can't do that, he gonna lose. He's not gonna. Everybody be talking about Terence Crawford can box. You know what I'm saying? You can't box a motherfucker that could track you down, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, you might be able to get some licks in, but EJ put pressure on you 3 minutes of every round. You know what I'm saying? And unless you got something to stop that machine, he's gonna keep coming, just like he did Kell Brook. You saw how he did Kell Brook. You know what I'm saying? Kell Brook was holding and all that shit. He was holding just like we think Terence Crawford gonna have to hold. But you see that shit did not stop EJ, because he's gonna continually pushing you, fighting you. You know what I'm saying? Until you do something, till he can't do it, right? So Alex Shrill Jones says, he says, Body More Murder. He says, yep. He says they hating on Errol, one of the best black fighters alive. He says, Bud making his people look bad. Exactly. Bud is our people. He's our people too. But he's acting in a real pussy punk ass way right now. He acting in a real pussy punk ass way. And nobody understands it, you know what I'm saying? Except for, you gotta stop putting the puzzle together. This nigga has been a pussy his whole time. You know what I'm saying? 2 Cents Boxing says Crawford wants to ruin Spence's reputation and hold on to the belt just to say Spence was never undisputed. Yeah, that's what and that's the shit, that's the mentality that I'm talking about. That's not a warrior's mentality. You know what I'm saying? That's a jealous ass nigga mentality. What's going on, King Judah? You know what I'm saying? What's going on, bro? You know what I'm saying? I just dropped the link in case you want to come up, bro. What's going on? What's going on? Knockout in the building. Knockout been cooking on this shit too. Y'all subscribe to Inside the Square Circle with King Judah. And also, y'all know my man, Knockout 86 Boxing TV, man. That dude be fire with the debates and everything, you know what I'm saying, on these topics, on these fighters. And, Knockout, you know what I'm saying, he be getting it in over there, bro. His channel is smoking right now. If you love boxing and, you know what I'm saying, I'm talking about on all divisions, you know what I'm saying, Knockout is that all around dude putting in that work. You know what I'm saying? I've been subscribed to him since from the beginning. And, you know what I'm saying, he's a big talent and savant in this boxing community. You know what I'm saying? So if you like real content, You know what I'm saying? You know, by everybody, you know, every boxer. You know what I'm saying? Knockout is that dude. He's that channel to go to. So if you're not familiar with knockout boxing, what's going on, Pedro? He says Baca has lost millions with this character. Yeah, yeah. He said Bob has lost millions with his character. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But Bob, he's fucked over people too. You know what I'm saying? He's fucked over people too. Mr. Turner says he says Ryan versus Tank is a fish chick. Oh yeah, I read that. And Eli Peters TV, he says no intelligent businessman would have turned away from that deal to turn around and do business with the unproven company. Right. He says he walked away from the biggest fight in boxing because it was a month too late. Because it was a month too late. I don't know. I mean, he had the contract. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't. I mean, I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because he had the contract. You know, for what six? You know, for 6 months, or they've been negotiating for 6 months, and they couldn't make a deal. You know, I mean, by the time they made all the revisions, you know what I'm saying? By the time they made all the revision, I mean, why do they have to stick to that date? I mean, I don't know about the venues and none of that stuff right there. What they could open up for that fight, but he kept asking for different shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that held up the fight. He kept asking for control, control of concessions, expenses, or whatever. He kept asking for different shit, and it kept stalling out the fight. They have kept having to push it back, right? So I blame Terence Crawford for that dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying? Why not? You going to the PBC, bro? You know that you got to deal with their format. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can't come with Windows 95 trying to fit that into a Safari browser. You know what I'm saying? The shit just don't work. You know what I'm saying? You go over there to get the fight, to make the money. You made the fight with David Avanesian. It wasn't no problem. Did you ask for control? No, because you were the A side, right? And that's the problem with Terence Crawford. He wants to be the A side, and he wants to put himself in a situation where he's in control of every goddamn thing. You know, just like Jamel Charlo told the motherfucker, he said, be a challenger sometime, bro. Be a damn challenger. Learn how to be a challenger sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You can't be the A side all the time. Just because you got undisputed at 140, you want them, you feel some kind of way, you feel slighted because you feel like you royalty walking into PBC and they don't see you like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't see you like that. They just see you as a nigga that can't sell and fight, you know, easy opponents. You know what I'm saying? They working with the people signed to them. So you got to come over there if you're gonna fight the unified champion. You got to come humble. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody want Terence Crawford to have all this bravado, but if you think about it, the dude been sitting on that one belt for what? How many years now? When did he fight Sean Porter? You know what I'm saying? He haven't fought since. You know what I'm saying? And on the interviews, he was saying, I don't need boxing like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't fight that much. You know what I'm saying? So what kind of warrior is that, bro? What kind of pound for pound champion is that? Right? Schizo Paul says he says Spence silent, letting Crawford walk his own self down and drop. Yeah. I mean, you if you allow Terence Crawford to keep talking, if you allow him to keep talking, you know what I'm saying, he'll, you know, just like any female, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna goddamn cross themselves up. You know what I'm saying? You don't say nothing because you ain't got shit. You ain't lying about nothing that you got to remember. You tell one lie, you tell two, and you forget about what the hell you said. You know. Um, Body Moore Murderland says, yeah. He said, but he was wrong because Pryor and Leonard also had legacy fights. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. See, that's why I say he'll say one part, but he'll say one part, but he don't say the rest that don't support the bullshit he's trying to put out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't like that dude. He says, Big Truth Chosen said, I would beat Baby Tank and Tiafimo at the same time. I don't know where that going. And Calvin Ringo says, Suge was scared to fight Pryor. He says, so I guess Bud is telling us the same thing. You know what I'm saying? No, they negotiations broke down. See, Sugar Ray Leonard offered him 700,000. I thought that for a long time too. But Sugar Ray Leonard offered him $700,000 to fight him, and Aaron Pryor thought he was worth more, and what I'm saying, so he ignored the fight. He tried to come back to it, but Sugar Ray Leonard had done already went through his trials and tribulations by then, and he didn't go back to entertain that shit. Um, Purdue Torres says he's burning bridges on. Yeah, I think so too. He's going to have to fight bums the rest of his life. Right. What's going on, Knockout? He says, and Ray Leonard fought 3 times. He says, Thomas Hearns twice and Marvin Hagler. Exactly. So you can't, those are facts. You know what I'm saying? Most boxing head understand this. See, but he's not trying to be honest. He's just trying to do damage control because he knows he's looking like a real pussy out here. You know what I'm saying? You trying to do damage control and everybody looking at you like, man, you're a coward. You know what I'm saying? You can't lean on the shoulders of giants when you didn't do what they did, right? Like Knockout said, you know what I'm saying? Sugar Ray Leonard fought Duran 3 times. You know what I'm saying? He fought Tommy Hearns twice and Marvin Hagler. You know what I'm saying? Did he fight Duran 3 times? Duran 3 times? Huh. And Ray Leonard fought Duran. I had to look that. I don't remember the third time he fought him. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember the third time. But those are legacy fights for Sugar Ray Leonard. And Sugar Ray Leonard had a lot to lose, right? And he lost the first fight that they had. But he fought that dude and he went back and fought him again. You see what I'm saying? So he don't have a resume like that. You know what I'm saying? He don't have any 50-50 fights that somebody who could get with him, right? Somebody with the same kind of boxing IQ. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, Terence Crawford needs to be quiet, bro. He needs to be real quiet because he's insulting the intelligence of the boxing fans, and he's in boxing history. Said Bit Truth Chosen says, then call me honest, man. Talk in private. Okay, no problem, no problem. Let me see. He said F the media. Yeah, no doubt, because they dishonest, bro. You know what I'm saying? We've seen like the most dishonest media ever. It's all about like these propaganda channels and shit, bro. It's like what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? They got channels out here calling EJ trash and gay, and you got channels that's supposed to be, they're supposed to be boxing channels. It's like they're not supposed to be gossip channels. You know what I'm saying? They're not supposed to be smear channels. You know what I'm saying? They're not supposed to be smear channels. You know what I'm saying? We got smear channels out here that's trying to shit on the PBC, and we know it ain't nothing but Bob Aarons with his little ops. You know what I'm saying? When you see a motherfucker got all the greatest equipment, the motherfucker got all the, and all he doing is shitting on PBC all day. These are channels that's backed by, these different companies that hate the PBC. That's all that shit is. Because who really cares about a promotional company? You know what I'm saying? Except for Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya. He'll give a nigga $600 a week, you know what I'm saying, to talk shit on the PBC on YouTube because this is where boxing lives. Some of these guys are some of the biggest. They're bigger than ESPN. Knockout Boxing, bigger than ESPN. Blue Blood, bigger than ESPN. You know what I'm saying? These guys on YouTube are bigger than the main media. This is where
At
you
least
come to
in
get your
boxing, it
boxing
is.
information.
Yeah.
Right. That's what we're talking about. So,
oh my bad.
but this is where boxing lives, my brother. You know what I'm saying? So some of these dudes, you know what I'm saying, they just smear channels, you know what I'm saying, to just throw a little shit on PBC, Al Heyman, and EJ and anybody they represent. So we see it. When you hear motherfuckers talking about the PBC, what that got to do with them? What that got to do with a boxing channel? This shit don't make sense.
Controversial sales.
Uh-huh.
And see, they try to promote their new shit or their old shit off the PBC because they know PBC sells. PBC is tried and true. PBC has a brand and they have a motto and they have a way in which has been proven to work. Like they also said death to the pay-per-view, but PBC showed that the pay-per-view where it's at, other people changed their mottos. Then you got startup companies and new companies that ain't made it yet, but they got representatives disrespecting and down talking to PBC just to make that stuff good. Just like Crawfish and how Pacquiao used to do Floyd Mayweather. Used to build their careers off the back of others. And they trying to use that same motto with the promotion game. But one thing they don't realize, the PBC gonna be all right. They got a mastermind in finance in Al Heyman. Plus, they got all the smoke over there. And when it's all is said and done, they always say the truth comes out in the wash. And every time you wash it, the truth will come out. You see, fool's gold will turn tarnish once it's washed enough times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Real shit 30 says, I feel like Bud is trying to use this BO cat to make easy exhibition fights like Floyd pretty much in coast to a 50 and 0, 50 and 0 or 50 or 51 and 0. You know what I'm saying? So what are you
He
saying?
won't do it that long, but he's trying to
Right.
coast the last couple of fights and get up out of here with his O intact. But right now, the media and everybody putting so much pressure on Bud, he ain't gonna have no damn choice but to accept that fight, or he might not make the Hall of Fame because people don't realize his accomplishments ain't that solid. And Hall of Fame is like a popularity contest; you got to be voted in.
Mm-hmm.
And with the last thing people remember you is ducking your first big fight, nah, they're not gonna put that in Hall of Fame. They'll respect
Yeah,
Bud more if he lost than not take the fight.
that's what I'm saying.
Sean Porter got more recognition off the loss to Errol Spence than he did on his win on Ugas, defending the belt. So it goes to show that sometimes, even in a loss, there's a victory.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I mean, 100% what you're saying. You know,
Hearns
I
lost the.
mean, just
Oh, go ahead.
go. I thought you was done.
Oh
Go
nah,
ahead, my bro.
Hearns lost to Sugar Ray Leonard, but that didn't make it no good versus Hearns versus Hagler. Motherfuckers still wanted to see that shit. Like shit, Sugar Ray lost to Duran, but that didn't make that his value go down. Roy Jones lost to Montel Griffin, but that still didn't make him not be the baddest man on the planet. This is what I'm saying. Just because you get a loss don't mean that. Lennox Lewis lost to my boy, Oliver McCall. Oliver McCall beat Lennox Lewis, but they still was calling Lennox Lewis the baddest man on the planet. He still was favored when he had to go back and fight that back. And just because people got losses on their record, it doesn't mean that they're not great. People say Ali one of the greatest of all times. Look how many losses he got on his record. Sugar Ray Robinson over 100 and some wins, but he got over 10 losses. One of the greatest of all time. They say Ali said he's the greatest that ever did it. That's what I'm saying. Just because you lost, that don't mean that you're not the great.
But see, the problem. Go ahead.
I'm done, bro. Go ahead.
Well, the problem is that what I'm looking at with Terence Crawford is because like you said, because he don't have those signature wins, if he loses, if let's say EJ go out there, it's how you lose. You know, if you go out there and he gets destroyed, you know what I'm saying, in the first 2 rounds, and he don't last like a Sean Porter did. Sean Porter took EJ, you know what I'm saying, down the line. You know what I'm saying? He took him all the way to the 12th. Let's say Terence Crawford get in there, he don't look like Terence Crawford that they say he's supposed to be. Let's say EJ just go through him. He's afraid that that's going to destroy, because his legacy is already being questioned by everybody, by the PP fault, the media. You can see it in the boxing writers. They saying that Terence Crawford haven't been in there with anybody. So if he gets in there and get Falumaloom, then now that's going to prove, that's going to validate what everybody been saying about his career. What do you think?
I think if you get in there against a great fighter and you get Falumaloom, hell, you was against a great fighter.
No, I mean about what I said about it validating. He's afraid. I'm thinking about what's in Terence Crawford's mind.
I mean, it's in his mind, yeah, but the biggest thing is he did all this talking and doing all that shit talking and everything. And yes, it's a chance he might get Falumaloom, and yeah, people might be like, damn, his first 50-50 fight, he get done dirty. But that's all the more motherfucking reason for you to come in your best shape and, you know, give your all. Like, shit. It's been people that's been in the ring with Earl that shouldn't have been in there with Earl, and lasted some rounds. It's not about the size of your heart. I mean, it's not the size of the man. It's the size of the heart in the man. If you got the heart, you can still last. Look at Ugas. Ugas was broken down and everything. He still kept going. And he got kudos off of that. Off of getting Falumaloom washed and everything. I mean,
So
shit. It's about not giving up. Like Amir Khan versus Crawford. Amir Khan quit. That's why people were so mad. They weren't mad that Crawford was beating them. They were mad he quit. And shit, when Wilder lost, he got more respect in his loss. Teddy Atlas talking about in his loss, he can now call Wilder a champion. They just want to get humble. You know,
right, exactly.
they just
Wasn't that crazy?
get humble. You get your flowers after you get your loss. Like Carissa Shields. When soon as she lost in MMA, then people started motherfucking. She was blackballed into that. They always want to try to keep a black person. I'm not saying it on race, but they always try to keep us measured. They don't want another Floyd to come out.
Mm-hmm.
They always try to minimize our accomplishments. But once you get that loss, then the world is yours. You can do whatever you want to do now. Now that we done seen you humbled, seen you bested, seen you defeated. So now you're not Superman. But you can see anytime somebody get a big win, they put him above Crawford on the pound-for-pound list. Hell, they done put anyway over Crawford now. But hell, when Loma dropped down, Loma was over Crawford with a loss. Loma lost and still was above Crawford. And then when they took Loma out, they jumped Canelo over Crawford because he doesn't have no signature wins. And even they know that. And that's why anybody that comes along, they jump him over Crawford. And see, they know with Earl, they can't do that. That's why they make sure they keep Crawford above Earl. Because as long as Earl ain't beat Crawford, we can't let Earl take Crawford's place. But as long as Crawford there, he ain't fought nobody. So we can jump somebody above him who's fought somebody. Like anyway, the only person he fought was Daenerys twice. And they thought that was good enough to put him above Crawford.
Mm-hmm. So let me see. Mike Rhythm says Blue Blood said Tank is rematching Pitbull. I wonder which one it is.
They said that about January the 7th, I think.
So yeah, I mean that's going to be a pretty good fight. I mean I don't mind watching that because I wouldn't mind seeing that fight.
Man,
I
that
think
shit won't
Pitbull.
last 5 or 6 rounds, man. Pitbull, only reason he stayed around because Tank hurt his hand early. That's the only reason. People forget that. He got outboxed with one hand for 6 rounds. Come on, man. That man got both his hands. What you think he gonna do?
I think Pitbull is a tougher fight than Ryan Garcia, man, to tell you the truth. I mean, unless, Garcia done toughened up and really got into his craft and, what I'm saying, he's not thinking about the modeling contracts and shit like that.
Say what we must say. He still beat Devin Haney twice. And Devin Haney beat him twice. So he got some type of skill to be able to do that.
I think he got skill, but I mean, you don't think that dedication.
He keeps that
you don't
chin
think
up.
you don't think that dedication to the craft. You know what I'm saying? You got, if you do something 5 years ago, you know what I'm saying, don't mean, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be on that same level 5 years later. You know what I'm saying? Or especially if you've shown that, he done backed out of fights. The nigga, you know what I'm saying, he's not fighting top competition. So I'm just trying to figure out why everybody is so high on Ryan Garcia. I don't get it all of a sudden.
Why is everybody so high on Pitbull Cruz? Who has he beat? He's beat
I don't think
Gamboa.
I don't think nobody is high on him. I just think that they think he's a tough little fighter. And if you look at Pitbull Cruz, how he fights, and you look at Ryan Garcia on who he's fighting, Pitbull Cruz is challenging Tank, right? You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia. Say what?
But he started crying and running from Shakur though.
Right, but I'm just saying that's the difference. It's not that everybody's high on Pitbull Cruz. He's a warrior. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to fight the best. That's what boxing is all about. See what I'm saying? It ain't about the potential of who you can fight. It's about who you really getting in the ring, who you calling out, who you
But
really trying to fight.
but
That's why people like Pitbull Cruz.
if he was trying to fight the best, then when he took the Shakur fight,
Well, didn't he fight Tank?
yeah, he fought Tank, but
Well,
Shakur
I
is
mean, I
mandatory.
mean, who else is trying to fight? Who else? Ryan Garcia ain't shit, bro. You
Everybody
know what I'm
trying to
saying?
fight Tank. To be honest, everybody
You know
trying
what
to
I'm saying?
fight Tank because he's the bag. He the
No, what
bag.
my whole point is, why is everybody high on Ryan Garcia?
Oh,
That's
I'm
my
not that
point.
high on Ryan Garcia.
That's what I'm trying to get
Like
to.
Shakur and them said.
And it
Shakur
ain't
never
nobody
said he
high
was.
on Pitbull Cruz. They just think he a tough little fighter. That's all.
He's a walking lick. He's just a free bag to put on your resume. Just
Yeah,
because he
but he look at the way he fight. You know what I'm saying? He really tried. He really tried, Tank. Don't you think?
I think he did once he realized Tank hand was messed up.
You don't think he came? He was putting Tank back against the ropes from the beginning. He was trying to like really get in there. That's the only
But,
way he can
but when I
really
watch
compete.
Tank, I see Tank do that a lot in the beginning because he be processing. In the beginning, like
Mm-hmm.
look at Barrios, look at Santa Cruz. All of them was pushing Tank back in the beginning because Tank starts off slow. If you notice,
Mm-hmm.
Tank don't start off too quick. He starts off slow because he's economic. Tank don't like the waist movement, and he don't like to do more than has to be done. Like Tank, he'll take breaks during the fight. You know what I'm saying? Then once he got everything, downloaded, then he'll start walking down and doing what he do. Unless you Rolly, then he realized Rolly hit too hard. So he had to stay on guard because Rolly caught Tank one time through the gloves and had Tank shit swole, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
That
I
mark on
remember.
Tank,
Mm-hmm.
he partially blocked that shot and it still rocked him. People don't realize Rolly hit hard. But yeah, Eastside, the only reason he won't tank again because he know he got his biggest payday.
I mean, that's anybody that's what I'm saying in boxing, but for like but the whole point is that nobody's big on Pitbull Cruz. They just like the way he went at Tank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's a bigger star because of it. He's a bigger star because he fought Tank Davis the way he fought him. You
and
know what I'm saying? I'm trying to answer the point why is everybody big on Ryan Garcia? Why they big on Ryan Garcia?
because
You know what I'm saying? He haven't fought a Tank. He haven't fought a Tank or nothing or Devin. You know what I'm
because he
saying?
beat it. And Oscar tell you that we supposed to like Ryan Garcia because he's the future, because he got
Right.
quick hands and he got that knockout shot, which he does got quick hands and he got a knockout shot, but he also leaves that chin up there too. He leaves that
Mm-hmm.
chin to get taxed. And see, that's just like Earl. When everybody seen Earl fight Mikey Garcia, and they seen that bag that Mikey Garcia got, they said the hell with that shit. Because look, they were still scared of Earl, but they say shit. The reward greatly outmatches the risk.
Mm-hmm.
They seen that bag. Just like everybody called for Canelo. They know he's the bag. When you the bag,
Mm-hmm.
you got everybody trying to fight you. Devin Haney's the undisputed champion of 135, and people rather fight Tank. You know why? Because they know they're going to get paid more.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, that's a pay-per-view star. When you pay-per-view, that changes the dimensions of the situation. And like Bob Arum, he just steady trying to keep Devin down because he's talking about Devin and Lomachenko should be on regular TV. I swear, I think that's a pay-per-view fight. I know they'll do over 200,000, and that's what you need to do, at least 200,000 to make it a successful pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, go ahead.
No, I was going to read. Pedro Torres says, for some people in boxing don't like Spence. He said, I think it's because him and Al Heyman are like family. I don't understand how you can hate on motherfuckers just because they're close to a manager. They have a successful chemistry. You know what I'm saying? So, he got Bomac. Why the fuck he ain't happy with Bomac? Why he worried about what's going on over at why would he be, worried about what's going on with Al Heyman and EJ? You kind of get that sense, don't you,
Yeah, he told us. If you listen to the last interview, Crawford explained it all out. He say people wasn't hollering at me after I came out for the Olympics. They went. I didn't have all this big fanfare when I came to the professional boxing. See, like he keeps comparing his career with EJ's. He making it seem like Earl was spoon fed and had a silver spoon, while he had to take the toughest route. But what he fails to mention is he shrunk all the way down to 135. Like, dude, you was a middle schooler in a damn school with damn elementary kids, bro. Like, you 5'8", 74-inch reach, and you fight niggas that's 5'2" and 5'3", bro. You towering over them people, and when you blow up in weight, you weight bullying them. Hank Lundy, he had more skills, but hell, he couldn't deal with Crawford weight. Like, shit. Like, this nigga is 2 sizes above you. And Crawford always been stronger than everybody he fought because, he was shrinking down. And Bomac even admitted it. He said what he wanted to do was keep Crawford down in the lower weights so they can maneuver down there instead of being up in the welterweights where he belonged at. So, see, Earl, he moved to welterweight, and he didn't have no silver spoon. They just moved him correctly. He took the big fights. He took whatever fights he could, and his pedigree shown. Crawford didn't have that pedigree. Hence the reason why he didn't make it to the Olympics. Hence the fact Danny Garcia, Ray Robinson, and Ugas beat his ass twice in the amateurs. I mean, he got better as he progressed, but he can't get mad that he wasn't that damn great. And the only reason he's great now is because his record is padded, like Zerto Ramirez. When you fight people that's not on your level and people that you're much bigger than and stuff like that, of course you should win.
Eli Peters TV in the building. What's up? He said, that's what I'm saying. He said, if you're a businessman, you don't put a time limit on a fight of this magnitude unless you deep down you really don't want to fight. Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. They keep creating different scenarios, you know what I'm saying, or trying to change the emphasis on problems, you know what I'm saying, about why this fight can't happen. You know what I'm saying? One reason is about transparency. It's about transparency at one moment. The next moment is about guaranteed money. They just keep bringing up all this bullshit, you know what I'm saying, about, why this fight can't happen. They're not talking about, instead of saying, hey, this is why this fight should happen or trying to make the fight happen, you know what I'm saying? They just, it's like they keep trying to bring up obstacles, you know what I'm saying, to make this fight not happen. And then when the motherfucker was talking about, Aaron Pryor and all this shit and Sugar Ray Leonard didn't fight. I said, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Nobody ain't really trying to hear that kind of talk after all these years. After all the shit you done, you know what I'm saying, said against this dude, bro. You got to put up now. Now that the nigga is at your doorstep, you can't be backtracking. You know what I'm saying? You can't be backtracking. You know what I'm saying? You looking like a straight pussy out here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, up, take over for a second. I gotta go to the store real quick. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. But see, yeah, that's what the problem is. People don't realize this is what Crawford been screaming or acting like he wanted. He been telling everybody this is the fight that he wanted for 5 years. But if you do remember, he 2 years ago he wasn't even thinking about the Earl fight. He said the Earl fight is past him. He was thinking about the Pacquiao fight. He didn't say nothing about the Earl fight. And see, the shit about it is Earl never once said that he didn't want the Crawford fight. He always told you, when I get these belts, that's the fight I'm gonna make. And so he fulfilled his end, and Bud wanted it too until he seen what happened in the Ugas fight. See, they thought they was gonna get that Spence that was just weight drained, that wasn't doing strength and conditioning. Spence, because like Spence said, 40% of me is better than 100% of these other fighters. And Spence didn't take it seriously because it's like a kid that's in school. And he's too smart. He gets bored. And he don't challenge himself. If he don't challenge himself, then he gets bored and, he just coasts through. But now, Spence done got rededicated to his craft and doing what he's supposed to do. And now, Crawford sees that, and now he realized that, hey, I can't win this fight. And his whole career is being built on hating Errol Spence. He hates Errol Spence that Errol went to the Olympics and he didn't. He hates Errol Spence because Errol Spence is a pay-per-view star and he isn't. He hates Errol Spence. He said that he was undisputed. He said that's something Errol Spence has never felt. And that's the biggest accomplishment on Crawford's resume, is the fact that he's denied Errol Spence undisputed. And he, if you watch the video, you see he gladly said it. He lit up with joy. He was happy at the fact that he is the one that's blocking Errol Spence from being undisputed. And that's not the way a man moves.
That's because he envious, bro. He got so much hate in his heart for Earl, man. He envy. Like he wanted that fight. Like you said, when he thought Earl was scared of him, he wanted that fight because he thought Earl. He ain't never seen nobody that's a man of their word. He thought Earl saying, "I'm gonna get my shit on this side of the street, then I'm gonna fight him." He thought that meant I'm scared of him. I don't want to fight him. Once he seen that Earl serious and like, yeah, I'm done. Now I did what I'm finna say. Now I'm finna whoop your ass. His whole energy switch. Even his homeboy Bernie came out and basically dry snitched. He said, "Oh, where does energy come from? I ain't never seen this before, nigga." The nigga just don't be lying. The motherfucker just told you the truth from the jump. Ain't no point in trying to do business with you when I can do business with people around me easier. And plus, I already know you gonna drop a hard bargain. You hard to do business with. Bob Arum say you hard to do business with. So why the fuck would I got
this? Look at these negotiations.
Yeah,
see?
exactly.
This
So why the fuck would I waste my time and try to negotiate with you before then? I might as well say you to the end because I already know how you get on. You ain't gonna do nothing but hold the belt anyway. All you gotta do is hold the belt. I'm coming for what's mine. All you gotta do is sit there and wait. Because that's all you're gonna do anyway. You're gonna sit around and wait for a payday. And now that payday came around and motherfuckers and gave him a back door to exit out of. BLK Prime, whatever the fuck it is.
Look, check this out. People thinking that Crawford didn't know what was going on with the negotiation, but this is my theory. What if Crawford did everything that he wanted to do? He knew. What if he knew the terms? He was just making it seem like he didn't, just so he can drag it out. To be LK gives him.
You got a Twitter? I want to see this shit where Terence Crawford nephew came out and told the fucking truth, bro.
I already seen that thing, but yeah, my Twitter is the same name of Echelon Sports Bar.
Oh yeah, his nephew came out and said that the negotiation was capped. He got everything he wanted. That 65-35 was capped. He got his uncle got to walk out second and everything. He just ain't want to fight, bro.
But that's what I said. He was trying to drag it out long enough until he can get another fight with BLK. The same thing with ESPN. He used the hype of the Earl fight, brokered that deal to get that $10 million from ESPN. He's the only person that ever shit Bob Arum. That's why Bob Arum hates that motherfucker, because he got away from his ass like that.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna cap. Errol Spence, man. I mean, Terence Crawford, bro. I don't like how he move around, bro. It's like he operate off hate. Like when you listen to Errol Spence talk about Terence Crawford, it don't sound like he envy that nigga or got no hate towards him or nothing. He got dang. He just another
like city girl, bro. He act like them city girls.
That nigga act like a fucking hot girl. He act like a fucking hot girl.
Yeah, hot girl. He be acting like city girls.
He got dang.
It's like they'll lie, cheat, and steal to a nigga just so they can get the bag. And that's all Crawford does.
And you know what? What fucked Bud up is he started believing in the hype. We started seeing all these pages talk about Earl scared, and he started believing in that shit himself. Because people keep saying that he been chasing Earl for 4-5 years. You know, when he first came, he was talking about he wanted to fight Keith Thurman. He kept dismissing Earl.
He wanted Pacquiao.
Yeah, he didn't want to fight Earl. You know what I'm saying? He started believing in the hype itself. And then once the fucking boogeyman, his whole narrative is built off of him being a boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? So he got to make it seem like Earl's scared of him. And now that the motherfucking real boogeyman is behind you, you can act like you chasing somebody until they turn around. When Earl goddamn turn around, now you don't want to make the fight. Now you got every excuse. Now I feel like he got dang actually tried to fuck over this deal so much and speak so bad on Al Haymon and them that they don't want to do business with them.
Yeah, just so he can say, see, they didn't want to do business. That was his whole thing.
Yeah, so they won't do business with him, so he can avoid the fight. He don't want the fight, man. Listen to how listen to how he talking shit. He don't want the fight, man. That ain't how you talk about somebody you want to fight, bro.
But see, now the damn media's on his ass so bad he can't get away from this shit. Like old media, new media, they all on him. Like, look,
it's because he talk too much.
Without making this fight.
Yeah, it's because he talk too much. The more he talk, the worse that shit get. The more he
talk. That's
what
what you do with a liar, though, bro. When you're dealing with a liar, all you do is just sit back and let him talk. because they gonna dig themselves in a hole if you let a liar talk too much.
The girl he was doing that,
trip themselves up.
The girl he was doing that interview with, you could tell she won't believe in that shit he was saying.
Now she was using the gentle. It's called the gentle fist technique.
Yeah,
you know, it's some serious kung fu, but she was using the gentle fist, where it lulls the enemy to sleep when you taking critical body shots on him. And he was critically shot, and he didn't even realize it. He thought she was helping.
Yeah, she was using that good cop, bad cop shit on him. And the more he talked, but this what pissed me off though. When people like Andre Ward come out, before Andre Ward had no problem coming out saying it's Al Heyman and Errol Spence fault that they trying to get too much and shit like that. But now that the tables turned, he don't want to come out and say, "Oh, Bud, you doing too much." Now he want to place blame on both parties instead of just blaming it on Bud.
He's a broken buck, man. Him and Tim Bradley, they both buck broke. And Tim Bradley, the reason why he hates Errol Spence is because Errol Spence is mandatory.
I came back just enough time to click in knockout in the building. What's going on, my brother?
Tim Bradley,
hey, what poppin', bro? What's good with y'all? What up,
He made him retire.
What up, knockout?
Knockout, brother.
Chilling, bro. Chilling. Y'all boy doing all right today, man?
Yeah. I was holding down while brother's gone. Now I'm about to go roll up while y'all cook.
What you wrong with that, bro?
Hey man, you've been getting it in over there, bro. I'm like, man, I always love your content, bro. You know what I'm saying? You are a pillar of the boxing community. You came in with your savant style, bro. Look here, bro. You guys are taking this shit to another level. You know what I'm saying? When I got
company, bro, I appreciate that, man.
Y'all taking it to another level, man. Y'all young boys, boy, y'all got it going on. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think about this whole fucking debacle, the Saber whole attitude with you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
You talking about Andre Ward?
Knockout, keep it all the way raw too, bro. Don't take it easy, bro.
You must ain't never you must ain't never listened to me before.
That's how knockout roll.
Nah,
bro.
I ain't been able to catch your channel in like a month, so I ain't been able to keep up.
It's cool. Bro. It's cool. I appreciate you, bro. Nah, but it's like this, bro. Like I agree with everything I've been hearing so far since I've been in the building. It's cool. Like when keeping it real go wrong, like it's always cool to keep it real until it's your homeboy that you got to keep it real with, and that's what Andre Ward is running into. Like it was cool when it was so much ambiguity and it was so much like shit that we didn't know. But now that everybody know that Bud Crawford had an offer to fight Errol Spence and he had an offer to fight Avanesian, but he chose Avanesian. Now that everybody know that shit, he trying to save face and shit. He trying to come in. He came at Sean Porter in the way, and Sean Porter didn't even say the shit that he was accusing him of, bro.
Exactly.
All Sean Porter said was that he needed to come to the table with the proper representation so he can get the respect he deserved to try to get the fight done. He talking about some shut up and fight shit. Like Andre Ward he can't keep it real to save his life, bro. And that's all it's boiling down to. Like, if that's the case, bro, like, why aren't you addressing the fact that Bud Crawford told us that Al Heyman was negotiating with a lawyer that he didn't even know?
No.
That he was negotiating with a lawyer that wasn't even on the team, that had no parts of the team.
That don't even sound realistic, bro.
Like, bro, you really think Al Heyman, who did shit with Michael Jackson, who did the biggest boxing events in boxing history, you really think enough to call a lawyer and negotiate with a lawyer that don't even know you, bro? That's the type of shit that you want me to believe. Then you also want me to believe that you had $50 million motherfucking dollars, bro. But you didn't tell nobody the name of the company. You wouldn't even tell Spence or Al the name of the company, bro. But I'm supposed to believe that you had that shit waiting.
Hey, knockout.
I don't believe that, man, bro. He be lying too much and contradicting.
Hey, 1 second, knockout. I want you to touch on this too while you're doing it. Touch on how Andre Ward did Sergey Kovalev on the contract too.
Oh, he hugged Kovalev out, or I thought. See, that shit kind of murky because when you really look into it, they were saying it was something about Kovalev's manager and promoter too. They kind of fucked him over. So I don't even.
Andre Ward gave him no guarantee and gave him 20%.
Yeah, it was a no guarantee contract, and they was doing some net revenue shit, kind of similar to what they talking about with Bud and Spence. But I don't even, bro, like with Andre Ward to just stick on him and what he doing right now, bro, it's fake shit. It's like I don't like if I can keep it real, bro, I gotta keep it real all the time. I can't just keep it real, and then if I like you and you do some shit, I don't tell you about it. I don't say, hey, you might have messed up here. Like if you really Bud Crawford fan, bro, you can tell them behind the scenes. You don't even have to say it publicly, bro. But to come out and act like people are wrong for criticizing him, and he always try to talk down to people, bro. That's the shit that make me mad. Oh, the people that have no idea, they got the most polarizing shit to say. Man, like, bro, you know, like we know, nigga, you know that nigga up here lying and shit, bro. Like when Kate Abdo was talking to this nigga, and Kate Abdo asked him, like, hey, I saw the interview with Andre Ward where you said being undisputed at 147 is what motivated you. This nigga sat up there and lied in her face and said, no, I didn't say that. I said being world champion motivated me. Like, bro, the interview is still up, bro. Why are you just lying and shit? And Andre Ward don't call him out on none of that shit, bro.
That's because
he want to try to insinuate what Sean Porter was saying, bro. I'm not with that shit, bro. That man took Errol Spence, and that's it, and that's all. You can't tell me nothing different, bro.
Hey, Chill Will 817. If you just click the link, it'll take you to your StreamYard and shit. You'll come on in. But yeah, man, Knockout, you right on point, man. See, you can respect the motherfucker if he real, right? You can respect him if he real, bro. Just don't. Somebody need to block. Mute your shit. Yeah, I got you. So you could be real, you know what I'm saying? But this nigga he be lying like a motherfucker, bro. Like you say, you can go back and get the receipts, you know what I'm saying? But nobody ain't got time to keep up with that shit, bro. Just keep it real, keep it 100. If you don't want to fight, you know what I'm saying, EJ, then just don't fight him and just say that. Say you're gonna retire. Say you're 35 years old and you ain't trying to, take those kind of risks.
I think he's going more amateurs. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, hold on. Your shit is like booming. It says, if you don't want to fight this dude, I have more respect for you just for you to say that. Don't try to keep up this facade. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to get it in, like you want to, you want to keep away the WBO belt, hold it hostage and block this young man's legacy. Old niggas got to get out the way. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out the way. You know what I'm saying? For these young folks, you know what I'm saying? You can't be sitting there like a bump on the log because your destiny passed you by. You don't have no signature fights, and when your first signature fight or the first Hall of Fame type fight comes your way, you run away. Nigga, get out the way, nigga. It's time for you to go. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
We got time.
I had put it in your chat, Pool, when you was talking about this shit, and you hit the nail on the head when the nigga said, well, Aaron Pryor and fucking Ray Leonard never fought, and that didn't mess up their legacy. So shit, how my legacy gonna be met? Like, I'm listening to this nigga like, bro, Ray Leonard fought Tommy Hearns twice, Roberto Duran 3 goddamn times, bro. Motherfucking Marvin Hagler, bro. You haven't had that, bro. You don't get to say shit like that, dog.
He trying to justify that shit. He trying to find a way to justify all that goddamn
stuff. Bro, if you really know what you're listening to and you understand human behavior, you will listen to that interview and you will understand that you're dealing with a man that is literally trying to give you every excuse as to why he ain't got to fight Spence, bro.
Exactly.
That's exactly what he's doing. If you really listening to him, he is literally coming up with reasons, big upping himself, trying to shit on Spence to explain why he ain't got to fight that man, bro.
Exactly. And have you ever seen anything like this in boxing?
Anthony Joshua down there. Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder down there.
No, Anthony Joshua, that's another case to be made.
That's a case of it, bro. But at the end of the day, at least Anthony Joshua, he might have did that shit with Deontay Wilder, but then at least Anthony Joshua went and he fought Klitschko, bro. He got in the ring with motherfucking Usyk 2 times. He lost to Ruiz and then went back and ran it right back with him and shit, bro. He been in there with Dillian White, Joseph Parker, like all these other, like at least he went and fought people, bro. Bud is doing this shit. Bud is doing this shit and then going and fighting dudes that got knocked out by the dude he already got knocked out, bro. This nigga is literally fighting somebody that Mean Machine already knocked out, and he want us to not criticize him, bro. If you don't get all the way to
Lamar Peterson beat the shit out of.
And what make it worse is his team, bro. His team, they like Bernie and them, they so arrogant, bro. Like they disrespect, like nobody don't know shit. They disrespect everybody. Like
you can't go against the bag. You can't go against the bag. If the bag does a function, you just got.
I'm talking about how they be talking down to the fans and shit. How they be talking down to us like Avenesian is a threat. We don't know if we talking about.
I mean, it's called PR, bro. You gotta protect the bag at all costs.
I'm cool with the PR. It's the contradictions in the line and shit that get me, bro. Like don't lie, bro. Like you the same dude that was sitting up there on your motherfucking live stream and you told everybody, the champ said get your tickets. The champ said get your tickets. It's a done deal. Tickets. It's a done deal for November. Get your tickets, and then what ended up happening? The same dude that when you talk about Keith Thurman as it pertains to Bud Crawford, he a good fighter and shit. It'd be a good win for Bud. You know what I'm saying? That's a big name. He this, he that. But then if Earl getting ready to fight him, now Keith Thurman is trash and he garbage. The same people that Bomac told us that Ugas was a month and Ugas is cold and Ugas is a problem and shit. But then when Earl go in there and put hands on him, now all of a sudden Ugas already had losses before. He trash, you know. He didn't really beat nobody. He beat an old Pacquiao and shit. Like it's just all that bullshit, bro. Just niggas just sound like haters, bro. They sound like small town hating ass niggas, bro.
To keep it real, bro, I don't know how we got damn fell for that shit though, bro. I feel like we should have seen this shit coming, bro. From how they whole energy shifted, how they went from barking behind the fence to now, goddamn, they trying to avoid the fight. They whole energy just swapped up. Bomac, Bernie, Bud, they whole shit just swapped up. We should have damn near seen this shit coming, man.
And it's one thing, man. You know, everybody pop shit, bro. Everybody pop shit, but you pop shit under the code that, you know what I'm saying, once all that's done, that the fight is gonna happen, that you're gonna get in the ring and you're gonna show what you got. You know what I'm saying? This nigga pop shit. And he's staying away. He's just trying to block this man from his achievements, from his greatness, bro. You know what I'm saying? Who does that?
You said, bro, the key part you said, Paul, is standing on it. Like if anybody follow the channel, bro, like I'm like, bro, talk your shit. Like if that's you, bro, talk your shit, be arrogant, be cocky. But what come with that is you got to be ready to stand on it, bro. If you ain't gonna stand on it, we can't respect it. So if you Bud, bro, I don't like, bro. I'm probably one of the only people that'll tell you, like, I don't care about you calling Earl a drunk. I don't care about you and your team talking shit about him, popping all that shit, showing them no respect, calling them all kind of names. I don't care about that. But what I do care about, if you say that shit, then, bro, you got to go in there and show us that that's really what it is, bro. But when you say all this shit and then you go run and do something else, now I'm looking at you like, bro, you just one of these talking ass niggas, bro. Like, that's really what we at in boxing. You just gonna say all that shit and then not fight the man because you don't want to give him an opportunity to shove your teeth down your motherfucking mouth for saying that shit, bro. Like, I can't get with that shit, bro.
He damn near fucking up his legacy more not fighting him than if he just went there and got knocked out. He fucking himself up more.
Oh, it is. And you know, the Hall of Fame is a popularity contest as well as your accolades. And you see all these daggone other people, they out here questioning on it. Like Max Kellerman's like, look, how could you say that you don't need the biggest fight of your career? He was like, tell me, Bud, that you're gonna make this fight. Tell me. And like, look, they gonna hold his ass accountable because it's got too much traction now.
They let him off the hook a little bit.
This nigga told us that Amir Khan was one of his
Keith Thurman fight, bro. I'm so glad we getting that Keith Thurman fight.
And Kell Brook knockout.
Since 2017. I've been wanting to see that more than the Bud fight. I think Thurman gives Earl a better fight than Bud, to be honest. I've always thought that. I've always thought Bud was a smoking mirror.
But this is the shit that
I've had a channel.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead,
you cut out over.
Well, this is the shit that get me when the lady asked him to mention EJ's signature wins. Now, this is the shit that where he showed his soul. And he said,
damn contradictions. Go ahead. I already know where you about to go. Go ahead.
Right. He tried to show her. I mean, she asked him, he's giving him all these softball outs and ins. And he said, well, just name what you think EJ's signature wins are. You know what I'm saying? And then he mentioned, you know, he mentioned Mikey Garcia. He mentioned Danny Garcia, Udanis Ugas. He mentioned Sean Porter. And so these are two guys. Then he started shitting on these guys' resumes, especially Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia. He started shitting on their resumes. And like, dude, you can't shit on Kell Brook without shitting on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because he fought Kell Brook when he had a belt. He fought Kell Brook when he was at the top of his game. And he fought Sean Porter.
Kell Brook's home city. In his home city.
Yeah.
In his home city. Not his home country, in his hometown, bro.
Right. And they were throwing browners and shit at the man. Yeah. And then he gonna try to shit on Sean Porter. I mean, well, I don't think he shit on him as bad as he did Danny Garcia, talking about the losses of Udanis Ugas. I'm like, bro, you wouldn't even fight Udanis Ugas. And your trainer was the one who was saying Ugas was a bad motherfucker, right? He was saying that to Black Fight Fan.
And both of them beat him. So you would thought he wanted to run it back. You would thought he wanted to get his face back against Danny and Ugas since they both beat him. They got
this shit that be making me mad, bro. This is where I be like, yo, either these niggas is stupid or they think I'm stupid. And either way, that shit make me mad. So you say Danny Garcia ain't there. Like, you want, like, I'm sitting, like, you know, it's diehard fans listening to this shit, bro. You're telling me that Danny Garcia ain't never beat nobody at motherfucking 147. But then you're telling me that Amir Khan is your signature win. You don't think that I know that Danny Garcia knocked out Amir Khan, bro? You don't think that I know that shit, bro? Like, what are you saying to me right now, bro?
Playing with my intelligence, I can't stand that shit right there. Don't lie to me, bro. Just say you don't give a fuck about
And
what
Danny beat his ass in the amateurs, right? Ugas beat his ass in the amateurs, but he don't want those wins back.
And Ray
He
Robinson
don't want
to.
Right. It's like, so what the fuck is he talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody don't know this. You see, the casual fans don't know this shit, but you know, he knows the hardcore fans are looking out. He's trolling to me. To me, he's trolling.
Like, bro, we could keep going, bro. This nigga told, bro, he literally was like, yeah, I think by far Top Rank is the best promotional company out there by far.
No,
bro,
like,
I'm listening to this nigga like, bro, aren't you suing them for being racist?
But then he said, we don't know Bob's heart, though. Remember? We don't know Bob's heart.
Come on, bro. That dude be tripping.
The shit go on, and I'm just wondering, what are the fans looking at? What do they like about Terence Crawford at this moment in time? Because clearly his character is you know what I'm saying, is just questionable, bro. Well, not even questionable. The nigga just a slime ball.
And the worst thing about it, now his fans are happy again, talking about, yeah, we'll see after this. And you happy about what Errol said. Errol said he was going to spin the block and it's going to be in 2023. We ain't get no confirmation from Bud. They happy as hell now, like, yeah, see, we told you the fight was going to happen. But Terrence didn't tell us shit. Errol said that. Frank Martin said that. Y'all getting hype off what Earl and Frank Martin said.
Look at how they think somebody supposed to wait on their boy, though. Somebody supposed to put their career on hold for this man. And he was supposedly waiting on Earl for 4 years, though.
Even when he fought Ugas Ugas, they talking about he could have fought Terence Crawford then. But I'm like, bro, he said he was gonna clean up his side of the street. You know what I'm saying? It's like they pick and choose what they want to remember.
They ain't familiar with somebody being a man of their word. How the hell they think Earl gonna make the fight with him, and his own promoter can't even make a fight with him? He couldn't even make the Kell Brook fight. They lost money on the Kell Brook fight. He couldn't even make the Pacquiao fight. From what I hear, he couldn't make the Pacquiao fight because goddamn Bomac told him not to sign the contract.
He was scared.
Yeah, come on, man. You know what? People, I feel like people already, they know some bullshit, but they don't want to be wrong. They like their narrative more than they like the truth, bro. You know what I'm saying? Their narrative is
and that's what my video is called. My video is called they rather accept the lie than take the truth. Earl the Truth Spence. Earl the Truth Spence. They rather accept the lie than the truth.
That's a fact.
I think Knockout made a video about that, about how motherfuckers want to be right. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? I saw that video. That was a damn good video.
You seen mine too, didn't you, Paul?
Yours been out.
Then to take the truth.
Because that narrative gonna generate more clicks, more views.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's more it's more profitable. You know what I'm saying? But think about it, bro. How is right now people letting Bud off the hook because he going against Al Heyman and Errol Spence. People don't like them. But soon as he move on and it's just him out there by himself and he ain't going against Al Heyman, they gonna crucify him. Cause guess what? Bob whole team gonna get on him. They don't really like Bud. They just don't like Errol. So they give Bud the benefit of the doubt right now. So on down the line.
But didn't all the villains in Gotham City hate Batman and Robin? You know what I'm saying? They hate because they work. They motherfuckers effective. You know what I'm saying? They got the best welterweights. They got the best junior middleweights. You know what I'm saying? They hating on that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? They doing boxing great. I want to holler out Just Do Boxing in the build. I ain't want to ignore. He's another content creator that I respect and I like to go to. You know what I'm saying? He covers what's going on, my brother. He covers a lot, bro. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot just by listening to his channel, him and Knockout and Upper Echelon. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe to his channel if you're not familiar with it. Go ahead, fella. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. You know what I'm saying? With this dude, it's just so much bullshit involved instead of boxing. We get so off the topic of who's going to win in the ring. As boxing fans, we got to become contract lawyers. We got to hold this man feet to the fire about every little
You
thing.
know
You know
what's
what I'm
crazy though, Pool?
saying?
Instead of it being like boxing, bro, it's like a fucking reality series dealing with Crawford, bro. It's like we dealing with a dramatization, like motherfucking damn Bad Girls Club and shit, bro. Like this shit more like a dramatization reality series
Atlanta
than it is
Housewives.
than it is trying to be a damn boxing match. Like this nigga is trying to get views and clicks off controversy instead of getting his ass in the ring, shutting up and fighting. And that's what it is.
And it's all well and good if he could come back to the table, but off the bullshit, you know what I'm saying, he done is double dealing with BLK Prime, and the way he did it, you know what I'm saying, show you who ain't one to be fucked up with. Because if you're dealing with somebody, you know what I'm saying, in a deal, right? And you know what I'm saying, in a deal, you know what I'm saying, you're off the honor code. Okay, I'm dealing with you, I ain't dealing with nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm just dealing with you. And you go back at the end of the deal, y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all hit a problem in the negotiations, and you roll off with somebody else without telling them that you was in negotiation with somebody else. I think that's unfair. I think that's shady. And then the people that you're going with are some kind of janky promotion type shit. You're not even sure that the shit is real. You know what I'm saying? You're not even sure that the shit is gonna go anywhere, because where
Hey,
do you
Paul,
go?
do you even think the fight gonna happen, Paul? Like, if you had to guess, do y'all think the fight gonna happen, or you think
I
it's gonna be
think
Um,
boxing?
you're
I,
right.
I think if they offer Terence Crawford, the world,
I would
No, I'm
give him
talking.
the
you know what I'm saying?
25 million they
I'm talking
want.
Avenesian fight. I'm talking about Avenesian fight. Do you think this fight gonna take place?
Yeah, they already
Yeah, I
got it
think,
set in
yeah,
books.
yeah.
But Bob
I think
Arum got a
Do you
hell of a
think?
card going
Do you
against him.
think he getting 10 million though? Do you think he actually getting 10 million, or
I
you think
never
that's
thought
a
that in the
ploy?
first place. I
Or you
thought,
think that's
I,
a
you know,
you think that's a
I,
ploy?
I,
So it won't
it
seem like he ducking Errol.
yeah, that's what I think.
it don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Because he's already
Ducked him.
skipped. Yeah, he already ducked him. It don't matter if the motherfucker getting $5. You know what I'm saying, for the fight. You know what I'm saying? It's a distraction away, and it's more time off his prime, off of Terrence Crawford prime, because he's gonna be looking at 36, pushing 36 before he even fight EJ. You know what I'm
Catch that
saying?
super
And,
chat.
and do you think that a 36-year-old gonna be able to beat EJ? I don't think so. I think the nigga ain't gonna be. Let me get this super chat. What's going on, Cedric Smith? Thank you for that $5 super chat, my brother. He says, Adrian Ward told me I'm not qualified to say Bud ducked him. He said I'm not a fighter, so I said I'll spar him. Might he said might lose, but then I could say he ducked. Well, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's worth all that, my brother, unless you're gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers, they been doing this shit since they was a kid, and you don't want this motherfucker to take out frustrations on you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you fit to get you a payday, man, don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just pop your shit, you know what I'm saying? Just like he popping his, you know what I'm saying? So, you ain't got to get no lumps in return, you know what I'm saying? So fuck all that, you know what I'm saying? Just, tell them what you feel, tell them what you think, and keep it moving. Keep it like that, bro. You don't let these motherfuckers guard you into getting your ass whipped. You know what I'm saying, in the ring, and then you have to go to the trunk, and we be reading about some shit. You know what I'm saying? So don't make it go down like that, bro. It ain't
Or
that
just spar
serious.
anybody. They ain't say who
Mm-hmm.
you had to fight. Just say you gotta be a
Right.
fighter. You just go to the gym and spar anybody. Then you qualify.
But you
Man,
qualified anyway, because we paying for these
he
damn
don't
pay
gotta
per
be.
views. We paying to see this entertainment. So
Yeah.
you got to say, my brother, you done
If
paid
you
for
bought a
how many?
pay-per-view, if
Right.
you done bought a pay-per-view, you qualify because we the consumer. And they say the
Yo,
consumer's
yo,
always right. Because
Mm-hmm.
without us, these boxers ain't got shit. If we don't pay for these fights and we don't participate or do any of that shit, they don't get nothing. They might be fighters and they may be stars, but they're nothing without the consumers. Without the
Mm-hmm.
customers and the fan base, they have nothing. Look at Crawford. Look at his fan base. That's why he always on free TV. He's trying to build his fan base up off of lies and misdirection and deception.
That's
And that.
that's what Bob Arum known for doing though. It's the same Pacquiao play. I forgot which one of y'all said it, but that's the same Pacquiao Mayweather play they run.
Yeah, I said that. That's what they doing. They
Yeah,
like to hitch to somebody else's name and
yeah.
ride the coattail, like Pacquiao did Floyd,
That's,
like Joshua did Wilder. You gotta
yeah,
hook yourself on to somebody. So you can pull everybody to the promised land.
Well, I mean, I don't really, look at channels, that be on bullshit. But every now and then, I tune in to a few channels and see what they talking about. And you got a lot of popular motherfuckers on here, man, that just popping all kind of reckless shit, bro. And I'm talking about big channels that's just talking all kind of crazy shit about this fight.
What's in it
And
for them?
Say what now? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These channels are op channels and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they pushing shit outside of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Why are they pushing shit outside of boxing that don't matter, bro? You know what I'm saying? And
They're getting paid, fool. They're probably getting paid, man.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I'm like, damn, bro. It's like y'all really on that type of time, trying to hurt a man's reputation. This man got kids. You know what I'm saying? This man got a reputation in the city. This man, he's a stand-up dude. Why would you do that to this guy? I don't care for what.
That's somebody's son, somebody's brother. They don't give a fuck, though, man.
Right. I mean, what the fuck are they doing, bro? I'm like, bro, you got you in the side, and the other thing is, you got crazy fan bases threatening motherfuckers, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got a crazy fan base that is threatening. Let me get this super chat in. Cedric Smith, thank you for that $5 super chat. He says, Andre Wolf. Oh, I read that. Let me see. I think I got another one. Mr. Turner, what's going on, Mr. Turner? Thank you for that $9.99 super chat. He said, like I said before, Bud is trying to postpone the fight as long as possible. So when he loses, he know his fans, aka nut huggers, will say, well, Bud was old and on his way out.
Yeah.
He's a duck, bitch.
He just giving another excuse. Hey, Paul,
yeah.
You know who you need to get on here, Paul? You need to get manager Marty on here to do an interview.
I already reached out to him. You know what I'm saying? I tried to find him on Instagram, but I reached out to him.
He been cooking Bud ass.
Yeah, he been finding the contradiction. I watched his last video where he was talking about the same shit I was talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we've been cooking Bud. We've been cooking Bud ass.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
No doubt. What's going on? Who's real in that super chat? Thank you for that $5 super chat, my brother. He said, Bud been scared. He said, I knew long ago he would make every excuse not to make the Errol Spence Jr. to fight Errol Spence Jr. He says, shout out to PBC and chat 100. What's going on? Who's real has been saying this shit from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? That's one dude who always said that he wasn't gonna fight EJ, man. And he just that was his thing. He said that shit is not gonna happen, bro.
He don't want this fight.
Hey, also peep this though. Hey, you hear me?
Yeah, I listen.
Like y'all was saying. Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, yeah, like you was like y'all was saying.
You got that goddamn super mic, nigga. Yeah, so that shit.
Yeah, let me turn it down. Let me know when I ain't loud. Yeah. Am I cool right now?
Yeah, you good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's the motherfucking headphones, bro. Hella loud. Like y'all was saying, I mean,
got that studio mic.
Yeah. Man, I've been hearing y'all cook for a minute, and it's like, dude, know what he's doing, and all his fans do too, bro. Like like you just said a few minutes ago, they're waiting for Bud to lose. They even know Bud gonna lose, but they're gonna blame it on, like you just said, well, he's 36 now, and blah, blah, they aging him out. They've been trying to use this excuse even when it was nothing to talk about. The fight wasn't in no position to be had or nothing, and he's been chasing him for 7 years. Like all this bullshit, they are ready to use this. They know Marcus, he's going to get destroyed.
Hey, Marcus, they gonna blame it on everything but Bud, bro. They gonna blame it on everything, everybody but Bud.
Everybody but Bud.
Yep. Fact. Then, like you said in that one video, he waited to the wrong time to this is gonna be his first time under them French fry lights, bro. He don't want that smoke, bro. It's gonna be his first time under them lights.
Hey, fam, but they didn't even understand when we was cooking back then. They didn't understand how colossal just that saying alone is. Like he ain't never been under nothing like that. This is another day in the office for Earl.
Yeah.
He ain't never been under them lights, bro. And like I say, you standing across from a man that got a Lamborghini engine in him, bro. He's gonna have to fight, bro. We're gonna see how regular Terence Crawford really is. Because think about it, in the first 2-3 rounds with Sean Porter, the man was grabbing him and holding him the whole goddamn time. Yeah. He gonna pay for that because Earl wants you close. So he gonna pay for it every time he lock and clinch.
Yeah, with them loose ass
You see what I'm
punches.
saying?
Yep.
Right. And Sean Porter don't even have a superior jab. And look at the first 3 rounds. He was all in Terence Crawford's face, backing him up and everything.
Had Bud
Earl's got one of the most accurate jabs. He has one of the most accurate jabs in boxing.
had Bud ever
Like
fought somebody with a
Terence
jab like
Crawford can't get all that. Terence Crawford can't get all them loose and weak at them all them loose ass combinations off when you fighting somebody that do everything behind the jab. That's gonna slow Terence Crawford down. Even less counters because now he want to time it to be more accurate,
because
which
it's
means
too
it's gonna
much
resolve
output.
in accuracy. Always resolve in less counters. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
why he had so much problem with Postal. Cause Postal had them long arms, he could jab, and he could fight from long range. Anytime Terence Crawford come with somebody who got long range jab or who can fight from a distance, he's got to figure it out. It's going to take him longer to get in there and slip in some shots.
I'm
But let me
so.
get this.
Oh, go
Let me
ahead.
get
My
this
bad.
super sticker. Let me get this super sticker real quick. 52 Blocks Boxing Network. Thank you for that $4.99, my brother. Super sticker. I appreciate that, bro. Go ahead, my man.
I'm so tired of motherfuckers talking about Bud and his damn IQ, man. They kill me with that shit. His IQ, he figuring it out. He taking that. Man, that shit is non-existent, bro. That shit is not real, man. Earl IQ damn near higher than Bud's for real.
Ain't no
Like,
damn.
Yeah, I
Ain't no
mean, but
damn.
people,
Ain't,
people,
ain't no ain't no damn.
people.
It is.
But see, people
Go
equate
ahead, Paul.
all that. People equate counterpunching to some kind of super intelligence or
that's,
switching to they equate it to some kind of super intelligence. But people in boxing know that's just something any pro can do. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But
They
mixed with athletic ability is and power. You know what I'm saying? It gives you a little edge because of what different things you can do to change the angle on your punches. That's all it is.
they
Uh,
equate that counter to intelligence because of Floyd. They trying to compare Bud to Floyd, but they not nothing alike, bro. They not nowhere near the same type of fighters, bro.
Yeah, Bud don't have Floyd Mayweather defensive ability. His abilities is his speed, his foot speed. Terence Crawford, that is. His abilities is athletic. And once you slow down, see Floyd was able to go up all the way up to 154 because he has internal innate defense. So he could feel punches when they coming.
Come
He could be right in the center of your chest and make you miss. That's not what Bud do.
on. Yeah.
What I'm saying? He don't have that kind of ability. Floyd have a special set of skills. What I'm saying? Like, that defense is exceptional.
Plus,
That's
Terrence ain't
unworld.
got that. He ain't got that lightness no more. He has to sit down on his shots now. He ain't fluid no more. Like he
Yeah.
ain't got that bounce in his step no more.
Hmm.
He
So
has to
Floyd, he didn't need the power because he can make you miss. What I'm
sit.
saying? He could still move too. Even as he got older, he still had good footwork, educated footwork. He knew half the fighters didn't know how to couldn't cut the ring off him. Even though if you did, he had that Philly shell that he was so good with that damn Philly shell that he can make you expend your energy and block most of your shit and get in counter shots and beat you. You know what I'm
Paul,
saying? But mhm.
can I ask you this? I'm gonna ask y'all this real quick. How do y'all see this fight with what his name is, Avocado? How you see this fight playing out, and then what y'all think the aftermath gonna be? Do y'all think we gonna get the fight, or y'all think it's gonna be Mo ducking and dodging?
You said after who? Oh, you talking about after David Avenige?
Yeah, how y'all
After
see
that
that
fight?
fight playing out?
I don't think he's going to come back to the table. I think he's trying to put the fight behind him. He's trying to put some distance between
I think
him and Errol Spence Jr. Go ahead.
I think the media pressure gonna make him have to reluctantly take the fight. He's not gonna want to take it, but he's gonna have to take it reluctantly because I think his Hall of Fame is gonna be tied into this fight right here. And if he don't fight it, then he ain't gonna make the Hall of Fame.
Dang.
And that'd be the worst thing for Terence Crawford ego for him to know that he ain't gonna make it to the Hall of Fame.
It'll hurt him even if he ain't get in on the first ballot. He'll be hurt.
Could you imagine if he didn't fight Errol Spence Jr.? You know what I'm saying? You have somebody to induct him. It'd be somebody like
Andre
somebody
Ward.
like yeah, I didn't want to say that because what I was gonna say. I said induct him in, induce said this nigga never fought EJ, but we're gonna let this old pussy punk ass nigga on up in here. You know what I'm saying? Because since we got Rocky Balboa up in this motherfucker, we
Might as well let him in.
might as well let this nigga in. You know what I'm saying? So he do got an undisputed at 140 that's trash, but
Hey,
it is
Floyd,
what it is.
I heard somebody say that Danny got a better resume at 140 than Bud. What you think? You think
Oh,
Danny got a better resume at 140 than Bud?
well,
Danny
I
fought
mean,
better
yeah,
killers.
Danny he fought killers, man. The nigga
What
fought
T say? A con?
Matisse, yeah. I mean, shit, yeah. I mean, think about it. Danny, see one thing about Danny, he may not be you know, flashy and
The prettiest.
he prettiest, yeah, but he could get in there and fight you. He went in there and fought Earl Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? Even though he waited, he wanted to see, how fucked up EJ was,
He
and
tried that shit.
he thought that was the perfect opportunity. You know what I'm saying? To do that no look. He tried to switch it up on him. You know what I'm saying? Tried to use the right a whole lot more, but that shit didn't work. And you know what I'm saying? But he got in there with the best. Matisse was considered a beast before he got Falumaloon. You know what I'm saying? By everybody. Before Pacquiao, before Postal and all that shit. Before he started taking his L's, he was considered a beast, man. He knocked Danny Garcia mouthpiece out. That shit was skipping along the ring rope. His mouthpiece was skipping along the ring rope and shit. Matisse could hit, bro. And that's before he got broken. You know what I'm saying? So, Danny didn't give a damn. He got in there, what I'm saying? He fought Lamont Peterson. You know what I'm saying? When Lamont Peterson, what I'm saying, was somebody to be dealt with, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even though I thought Lamont Peterson beat him in that fight, but he fought him. You know what I'm saying? Danny would get in there, he would fight the fights, he would put it on the line, and that's the whole point of being considered a great fighter. You get in there with the best, you don't care. You know what I'm saying? You don't care. And now that, Terence Crawford is fighting somebody who could beat him and he's tucking his tail and making all these problems. You know what I'm saying? 52 Block Boxing Network. He says, remember Bud said when he beats Errol Spence Jr., people are going to say that Errol was at 147 too long. He's trying to catch Errol at a disadvantage. He could be stalling. Well, he knows that's true. That's like Lomachenko and Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? They know Devin Haney is struggling to stay at 135.
Loma
So
gonna fight during Ramadan. Watch.
I believe it too. He's trying to stall because he knows that Devin is killing himself to make 135, and the longer he can stretch it out, the harder it'll be for Devin Haney to stay in shape and be effective at 135. Same with EJ. It's all a strategy. They waiting for him to blow up, or they waiting for him to lose discipline, so they can find a weak moment for him to take the fight, and he can get EJ name on his resume. But see, he don't know that kid is different, bro. He's different. Even if he was 50%, he'll probably be able to fuck Terence Crawford up. You know what I'm saying? Cause that kid got will. He's got a will and a pride that I've, haven't seen in a long time. You know what I'm saying? In boxing, he's got the kid got drive, man. He's just stubborn as shit. And you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. You know what I'm saying? For them to find an opening to make the fight. You know what I'm saying? EJ, he gonna stay ready, I believe, for now on. And if he can stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Kenneth Wilkins says, after Shakur fight, Bud was real defensive about being asked about his fight in the Fight Height interview. He said he never had intentions on fighting EJ. He said he knew he was. He said he knew he wasn't fighting him then. Yeah. How many times up have this man said he wasn't gonna fight EJ? I mean, just in his past, just
At least 7
what
times.
you could think of.
Over like 5
At least
times.
7 times. I've
Right.
counted 7.
I mean, EJ has never said nothing like that yet. I don't understand how they can roll with Crawford after, all his energy, after everything he's said in the past, coming out of his mouth, not coming out of no hater's mouth of Terence Crawford, but coming out of his mouth directly. And all these analogies and all these things he's alluding to, putting the fight behind him. I don't get it. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And Jay Smith says, he says, I think Bud kind of took it easy on Porter because of the friendship.
I'll get the
But
fuck there.
but he turned up. He said, but he turned up in the later rounds.
Get the fuck out
And
of there. My bad.
Joan Turner, who's another Bud Crawford supporter, he says, Poole, he said, Bud beat Poster he says it was no problem at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was a problem because he had to box him and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He had to get around that long reach, just like Jose Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? He beat all of them, bro. I mean, he beat all of them, but them dudes wasn't, said somebody, it wasn't a 50-50 type of fight.
They want A-plus fighters.
Right. They wasn't elite motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Von P. King Deacon says, he says, Joe Turner, money was an issue. He said if money was an issue, why did dude lie? He said he accepted all terms, then duck out the back door. Laugh out loud. He said, we still waiting for dude to post the contract. Remember transparency. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact, my brother. You know what I'm saying? See, his fans ignore all that. You know what I'm saying? They
All that he
ignore.
say, yeah.
Hmm?
I said they ignore everything he say. Everything that he said that they don't like, they just ignore it. And they
Right. They
they
just
want to hang on
ignore it.
everything
It just
EJ
go in
say.
one ear and out the other. You know what I'm
That's why
saying? And then then EJ don't even say half the shit. They interpret. They just take what EJ say and run with that shit.
and
You know
make
what
it
I'm
mean
saying?
something.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford tell you that damn fight behind me. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Pryor and Sugar Ray Leonard never fought each other. What does that tell a
Yeah.
nigga?
Then they
What?
say it ain't his fault because he was chasing Earl for 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't
Yeah,
argue with people like
see,
that, man.
a lot of them don't want to see that fight because
Nah.
they already know the energy this man is putting out there equals a falumaloom.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be
I
good.
say if you're unfamiliar with pool kind of boxing, a falumaloom is with your ass get knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what I'm
gonna be
saying? You get destroyed in the ring. You know
it's
what
gonna
I'm
be
saying?
some Lennox Lewis.
I think I'm gonna have a t-shirt. I think I'm gonna make a t-shirt that say falumaloom. You know what I'm saying on that much. What's going on, Lawyer to the Game? Boxing in the building. I dropped the link for Lawyer to the Game.
Hey,
You know
Marcus
what I'm
jumped
saying?
off Pool. Marcus jumped off.
Yeah, he jumped off. Yeah, he did. Oh, it looked like I got a super chat. See, let me get down to it. I got to get to the money. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that what Crawford said it's all about? Let's see. 52 Blocks Boxing Network says, thank you for that $9.99, my brother. He says, Crawford may not make it into the Hall of Fame because of his connection with Kinahan, whatever dude name was, however you spelled it. Yeah, exactly, man. He's playing, but you know what? In boxing, it was always a mixture with the mafia. I always had a hand in boxing. Um, Sonny Liston, how you think he ended up getting fucked up and everything? You know what I'm saying? He was dealing with the mob, and they wanted him to wanted to fix fights. They wanted him to lose to certain opponents, and you know what I'm saying
Ain't
when
that
they
what got him
didn't do
killed,
that,
Pool? Ain't that what got him
say what?
killed? I said, ain't that what got him killed, Pool? The mafia.
We got what?
I said, ain't the mafia the ones who killed Sonny Liston, Pool?
Yeah, I think so. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
He was in deep with what's that guy named Sam damn, he was the head of the Louisiana mob back then.
Oh,
And
I know you're talking about. He was like a real big
uh
guy. Sam
yeah,
Giancana or something like that. Was it Sam
yeah,
Giancana?
Sam Giancana. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, the mafia was heavy over the boxing back then. Even Don King had mafia ties. He used to beat motherfucking mafia asses. You know what I'm saying? Back then. I mean, that dude was a real gangster.
Yeah,
You know
Don
what I'm
King was
saying?
killing motherfuckers.
Don King was he was a nigga you didn't really want to see back then.
Yeah, they
He
said
was
Don King got bodies.
Yeah, Don
Y'all,
King was
y'all talk
killing
about my
folks.
boy.
but Don King was a gangster for real, bro. He wasn't
He stumped a
scared
dude to
if you
death. He stumped that one dude to death. They owed him some money in Cleveland.
so the mob and boxing go back way back. So this ain't no, what I'm saying, this ain't nothing new, especially with Bob Aaron. Bob Aaron, you know them boys. You think he ain't have Sam Shikana, what his name, Ziakana
Giancana.
number? You
That's why
think
he.
they had to hmm
My bad. I was gonna say that's why he ain't scared to do business with the guy with Tyson Fury with. That's why he do business with him because he know the mafia run boxing. What's that guy named Paul?
Dana McKinney.
Yeah.
What's going on? Lazy let damn, he just fell off. He just fell off. That he be bringing
Man,
some
it's just a lot going on with all this, man. That boy Terence Crawford ain't trying to fight, man. He know what's up, man. That man had a perfect career of dodging all the real ones.
He dodged all the risks. He stayed behind that top rank protection service. No smoke.
The man said Amir Khan was a signature win or a significant win. Like, come on, bro.
You already know. You already know, bro. You know what I'm saying? He just talking, man. You know what I'm saying? He just trying to protect, you know what I'm saying, his retreat. You know what I'm saying? In the army, you know what I'm saying? You always gotta do collateral damage.
Yeah.
I mean collateral you know what I'm
return
saying.
fire. Yeah, like when you
You got to cover yourself when you
he
back
doing a
out.
tactical retreat.
Yeah, tactical retreat. That's what I'm trying to say.
Man.
And you know, he's trying to shit on EJ. You know, he couldn't say nothing good about EJ resume without shitting on it. And even Kate called him on. He said, "You taking back all his signature wins. You taking back everything you saying."
But that's how
No,
you know.
Ricky Burns is a signature win for you, though, dude. Ricky fucking Burns. Okay.
He did. He had the nerve to mention Ricky Burns.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
That he had the nerve to mention Ricky Burns as a goddamn signature win, bro. I was like, this nigga crazy. I said he could sit there with a straight face, and you can look at the fuck face he be making that the nigga don't believe it. He just be saying because he could already hear niggas saying bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Even through the camera, you can see his face because he's like trying to keep a straight face. He was trying to keep a straight face when he was saying all that. I said, yeah, this nigga he full of shit. For sure. Film study said Real Marlo been on Bud head. Yeah, he did. Yes, he has. He been on his ass for real, for real. Yeah, that's my nigga over there.
It's like itching.
You know. Yeah, I like that little series he does, DuckTales. That shit had me rolling.
No, I just need a couple more days here.
What's going on, Emmanuel 7 Line? What's going on, bro? And Joan Turner.
I think it's bruised. The doctor said he think it's bruised, but that was before it started swelling up.
Yeah. They should believe it because he fought the best in the division. You know, I think it was Chris Van Heerden did an interview, you know, saying he was talking about the power between Boots and EJ. And, you know, saying people talk about the power between EJ and Bud, you know. Well, I think out of all of them, I think Boots got the most concussive power at the beginning. But can they keep the same power throughout the fight? You know what I'm saying? That's going to be interesting to see, you know, if EJ
But
and
that's what
Boots
Van
ever.
Herden was kind of. Yeah, that's what I'm with you. That's what Van Herden was saying too. He was saying like he hits harder initially, but he was saying what that's why he picked Earl to beat Boots is because Earl holds his power through the whole fight.
Yeah,
he maintained his power through the whole. And no, I'm sorry. He said he gets stronger
as the fight go on.
But hell, Van Herden only went a couple minutes. He didn't go a whole round before he faked it.
Yeah. I think Bud and them got more knockouts than Errol though, because Errol, you see his punches coming, so you can brace him. I think he punched harder.
Earl got a higher knockout percentage though.
Yeah, I just think people you see Errol punches coming. I think he actually hit harder for real. I think Bud just catch motherfucking slip.
Well, Bud got more KOs. Bud got more KOs because Bud fought lesser competition, bro. When you start fighting better competition, your shit go down, bro. That's just realistic. If you ain't a Tank Davis or Deontay Wilder, like even throughout history, from even back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, the better the opponents got. Yeah.
You're right.
They be bracing for Earl shots, but he hit him with something they don't see coming. That's what that is.
Yeah.
See, Earl, you know he about to hit you with this bone-breaking, earth-shaking, 47 palms of destruction.
Yeah, that's what Sean Porter said. He said Earl hit harder. You just see that shit coming, so you can.
Kell Brooks said it too.
Yeah.
And it's the thing, though, right?
Bones,
Kell Brooks. But think about this: Kell Brooks said Earl hit harder. Sean Porter said Earl hit harder. But then all these fake ass Bud trolls talking about, ooh, did you hear? You hear Van Herden say, Boots hit harder than Earl? Well, Earl still hits harder than the motherfucker y'all going for.
Check this out. I'm gonna tell you one reason why you know Earl hit harder than Bud, right? How many knockouts do Bud have? Bud ain't knocked nobody out.
He got TKOs, don't he?
Yeah.
He got like 90% stoppages.
I'm not talking about a stoppage. I'm talking about like a Leonard Bundu.
I know that's
like
I'm agreeing
I'm
with
talking
you.
about a knockout,
That's what
not a
I'm agreeing with
TKO.
you.
Bud stoppages the
Bud ain't
ref
got
jumping in.
Right,
Bud
I'm
ain't
agreeing. I'm
knocking
agreeing.
out nobody. I went through all his fights. He doesn't have a knockout. He doesn't have a send a nigga to the moon type shot. All his is either TKOs or the ref stops in to save it, or round or
Hey,
RTV.
do he got any broken orbital bones? Do he got any face
He ain't
fractures?
got no broken bones on none of his
Oh, okay.
fighters.
He got
He
any
ain't
He
got
don't
broken
no
even
ribs?
got.
broken body
Yeah, he don't
parts.
even got regular broken bones.
He don't got no broken
That's what I'm
ribs or
saying.
nothing?
He ain't never broke nothing, and he ain't never put nobody to sleep.
Yeah.
He
So
ain't
how
never
can you
sent
talk
nobody
about?
to the hospital after no fight.
That's what I'm saying. He ain't never broke nobody up, and he ain't never sent nobody to the upper room.
Why do y'all think these Bud fans like this though, bro? Keep it real. Like, do y'all think
Because
they
he
hate Earl that
represents the
much, or you think
struggle.
they just love Bud like that?
No, they like Bud because Bud is controversial and he talks shit and he represents the struggle. Plus, Bud's a hater, and most of these niggas out here are haters. So haters like to click up. If you got one motherfucker hating on you, then other people like to click up and hate too, because they have similar natures. So a
Hey,
bunch of
Marcus.
haters to get together and hate on a real motherfucker. You feel me? Because they can't stand a real motherfucker. So haters flock together, bro. It's that
That's a
common
fact.
enemy.
I feel like this. I agree with everything Up just said, but in the same sense too, it comes back to basketball. A lot of people like that motherfucker who could between the legs, spin 3 times, come through the hole up and under, just all these pretty ass moves and it look good. But in the game, he only has 16.
They
But
don't
they
want
don't
that
like the
Tim Duncan.
motherfucker that just get straight to it, that'll get 30 on your ass and you don't even know he had it. You see what I'm saying? Because he can do all
Yeah.
this extra shit. At the end of the day, they like this flashy in your face, boom, shakalaka shit.
Yeah,
Overall, they
that
got you
athletic shit.
16 points. Yeah, they got you 16 points, but the nigga you was guarding had 30, and he didn't do half of that shit. So they like the flashy shit. Earl straight to the point. You see what I'm saying? And again,
Yeah.
most of them dudes is haters though because they never give Earl props. So you know what I'm saying?
They
And not
can't,
only not
bro.
only do they not get Earl, not only do they give Earl props. See, it'd be cool with me if they didn't give Earl props, but if they called Terrence out on his bullshit, like the other guy we had the other night in here, Pool, I could respect Cuz. Cuz was keeping it real. He was a Bud fan and kept it 100 on everything.
He
See,
called
I'm
it down the
cool with
middle.
them type of guys. Yeah, he called it down the middle. It's them guys that no matter what, it's never Bud fault. So it's
But
not
those are
Bud fault. He
winners, bro.
signed back with Top Ranks twice.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Those
not
winners,
Bud
bro.
fight. Like it's never Bud's fault in nothing he do.
I don't like that
And that
when
nigga Victim
Bud.
Olympics. He walking Victim Olympics.
Yeah,
I'm
always a
saying.
victim. Yeah, that
Yeah,
ain't you can't be no fighter and be the victim, bro. That don't even make
Well,
sense.
they try to
yeah.
paint it. They try to paint it to where like EJ had, what I'm saying, a silver spoon in his mouth, and Bud is from the wrong side of the tracks.
EJ went
You know.
and pounded on Floyd, so you can't say he took his respect directly from the man who's giving Floyd. He went there and fought Floyd.
Hey,
Floyd called him
hey,
a bitch.
hey. Into what you saying, bro, about that Floyd shit. It was everybody in the gym that passed out telling that told the story about him whooping Floyd ass. At one point, they was asking Earl every time, and he was denying the shit. You
Yeah,
see what I'm saying? Like, come on, listen to me, bro. Not on even you can look in Floyd's face when he said, he gave me some real good
good
work.
work. Yeah,
That's him
Floyd was
telling when
promoting
you
him.
hear a top of the line boxer say he
the
gave me
greatest,
good
bro.
work, some real good work. That lets you know he was whooping my ass is what he's really
And
saying, bro.
Floyd
Hey,
eye
You see
was
what I'm
and the
saying?
swole in
thing
that
is,
interview. His eye was swole. Plus, Floyd told Keith Thurman, "If you fight Earl, you can have my belt." He said you got to go through this young time. Floyd was
I
putting
vacate
his
my
belt
belt.
on the line for Earl.
I,
That's how
I,
much he was into Earl.
I
He
forgot which
just
one of y'all
mad because
said it.
Earl didn't sign to him.
I forgot which one of y'all had said it, but y'all said Earl. You could tell he was raised by a man, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not a daddy. He was raised by a man. One of y'all had said, "This how
Yeah,
you
I've been
carry
said
yourself, bro."
that, man.
Yeah, that's how you carry yourself. You know what I'm saying?
And Crawford ain't have no man in his life to raise him and teach him how to be a man. And I said, a woman can't raise a man like that, bro. You
But
still gotta have a male influence that'll help you to teach you how to be a man.
so you can know how to navigate through shit.
Yeah, see, Crawford moves like I say, Crawford moves like a jealous female.
He's
Like
sensitive, bro.
his
It's
mom
like
and
he
his
got the
sister.
biggest ears. Like he hear everything, bro. He's sensitive, bro.
Like
Like
his mom and his sister, like a female. That's
yeah,
how
like
he
when Max Kellerman told him, "You one of the greatest switchers I ever seen," he got mad because this nigga told him he one of the greatest he ever seen. Somebody, why can't I be great? Like that's goofy, man.
Hey,
That's
fam, Cuz about to cry. Cuz about to cry because Max Kellerman didn't tell him he was number one.
bro, he about to
That's some
cry.
Yeah,
that's some straight look.
even when Max was saying, you know, saying how I got to see this fight. You know, Errol Spence Jr. is a southpaw. You know what I'm saying? He's got length. You know what I'm saying? He's got, you know what I'm saying, power. Boy, you should have seen the look on Terence Crawford's face. But anytime somebody
Hey,
say anything good about EJ, bro, you can just see the
Pull,
hate.
but
You
that
can
just
see the
let you
hate.
know. That just let you know in his gym and with his homies, all they do is talk negative about Earl. They don't even keep it realistic. You know what I'm saying? You could tell that's all they be
and
saying
that's why
bad
he
shit
gonna
about
get
him.
his
They
ass whooped.
said that. They said
What you
when he
said is
came out.
fact, bro. That's why he gonna get his ass whipped right there because he hang around all yes men that don't tell him, hey, you gotta watch this, you gotta watch that. Hey, don't take this nigga lightly to watch it. Like
They said
they
that's
you
how he
can't have
trained.
somebody that's a yes man.
He
They
probably
said
booting
as
it.
Terence Crawford trains, he be picturing Earl as he trains. Every time he trains against everybody, they say he visualizes Earl.
That's some sick shit, bro. That's some sick shit.
That's
Okay,
what
no. That's some lying shit, bro. Because if he visualized and pictured Earl all the time, he would have took this fight no matter what the fuck it was. Like that's what I'm
That's what I'm
saying, bro. Like
that
they
was
be putting
before
a lot of
that was
bullshit
before the
out in the
Ugas
media.
fight. That was
Yeah.
before the Ugas fight.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. But what I'm
They
saying
said he
is,
hate Earl that much.
that's bullshit.
No, they were saying that's how much he
Right, but
hates
if you hate
Earl.
somebody that much, you gonna make the fight.
Yeah, you gonna make the fight.
They lying. I don't believe shit come out of
Unless you're
Terrence Crawford
scared of
camp,
him.
man.
I
Scared of
think
him.
he just want what Earl got, bro. I think he hate Earl, but he don't got the balls to try to take it from him. He just want what he
I
It's
got.
think
called
it's
jealousy.
I think yeah. I just think he really envious of that man because he said he made the right decisions at the right
Yeah.
time, and he had people
And
in his corner that he could trust, and he don't like that shit either.
the
You
thing
know what I'm
is,
saying?
Earl had his daddy around. He didn't take the upfront money that Top Rank was offering. Most fighters, like Shakur Stevenson and Bud and them, they took that upfront money from Bob Arum. And his daddy,
Yep.
Earl daddy told him,
Now
go with
Shakur did,
Al.
he signed with Jay Prince. Shakur had a different deal.
Yeah. He
Cause
still
I
signed
think
It was Jay
Ward
Prince.
was with
Shakur.
Jay Prince too.
Floyd, yeah.
Yeah, but
I said Ward too.
Yeah,
Ward was with
Floyd
Jay
was
Prince too.
too.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
and
It
Shakur
just
was
really come down. Go ahead.
I was just saying Shakur was, remember he was signed to Andre Ward too. He Andre Ward was his manager too. I'm just saying Earl made
Oh
like
yeah,
I
Earl
just
yeah,
feel
said,
yeah.
like,
he had good people
hey,
around him
fool. I
that
just feel like, man, at the end of the day, if you really don't like this dude and this and that, and you've been
fight him.
chasing him, and like that's weak to me, bro. That's like them dude. To me, that's like back when we was growing up, y'all. You know, you junior high, high school. You when I see oh, it's going down. Then you see these motherfuckers, y'all want to talk about what happened. No, we talk on the phone, fam. What's good? We ain't nothing to talk about when we see each other, cuz. This motherfucking bug got so much shit to say and so many lies to spew. But like I said the other day, if he really want to shut the world up, all he got to do is post that draft contract. And I looked into that. He never posted that shit. So what I'm
Nah, he ain't
saying is,
supposed
at the end of the day, that's how you shut everybody up. Post a contract like Earl told you to. It's a
to.
draft
Dog,
And
anyway.
you
Bud is,
Post a draft
you got
contract.
fans, saying they read the shit.
man,
You
they
know what
lying like a
I'm saying?
Right.
motherfucker, man.
They lying, bro. If they read it,
You
he
got
would keep it up.
motherfuckers on here, you know what I'm saying? They want to shut down controversy so bad that they talking about they read the contract,
If they
bro.
read it, that motherfucker be posted everywhere. Cause they wouldn't let Earl fans live with that. They have been posted up everywhere.
I just be letting
But
motherfuckers
not
talk,
only
you know
that,
what I'm saying?
Bud is
now they saying one of the hedge funders is Jay Z.
get the
Jay
fuck
Z don't
out
need
of
no
here,
fucking
man.
hedge fund. He
Just
just
cause
gonna
he
be the
took a picture
overseer
with
of it.
Bud. Just cause he took a picture with Bud.
Right.
Get the
It
fuck
was
out of here.
Jay Z.
That's what
Come on, that shit
Bluegill
would have been
said.
came out, bro. It would have been. He would listen to me. Terrence Crawford bragged so much, he would have been thirsty to tell the world from the jump it was Jay Z.
Jay-Z.
You see
What
what I'm
people don't
saying?
know is Al Heyman and Jay-Z don't really get along like that, bro. Because
They don't.
Beyonce
But
daddy is cool with Al Heyman. So
mhm.
that's cap. That's cap all day.
That's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
So Al Heyman would have knew, and if Al Heyman knew, he would have knew. That night Earl was defending all that shit. He would have said, "You didn't tell me, but I figured out. You didn't even want to tell me with your weak ass. You didn't want to tell me. I found out through Heyman that it was Jay Z. Like he would have got back. Al Heyman used to be in the music industry, all kind of shit, bro.
Before
So ain't
Jay-Z.
no it's Jay Z and Earl them don't know about it. Come on, bro. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Well, in the end of the day, if you want to fight, you're not going to be talking against the fight. You're not going to try to act like the fight is behind you.
You.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have that same energy that you had, you know, during the Maurice Hooker fight, right? You're gonna say, "Hey, man, don't, hey, that none of that shit gonna work against me. I'm Terrence Crawford. I'm the best fighter in the world."
Bro.
You
And
know
you
what I'm
wouldn't be trying
saying?
to disrespect the people that's presenting the fight. he trying to disrespect him to the point where they don't even want to do business with him. You know what I'm saying? Like what he calling Al Heyman gay and all that other shit. I think that's just a way to try to get out the fight, bro.
Why they're trying to attack the PBC? Why they're trying to attack, the business around the fight? You know what I'm saying? They're trying to attack the process. And that tells me that they don't want the fight. They're just trying to put a smoke screen up, like EJ told them, you were smoking mirrors, bro. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I think a long time ago, you know how you scope somebody out and you figure he pussy. You figure he a punk ass motherfucker. And you figure he ain't gonna face you. And I think EJ got that alone when he met up with him in Omaha, and he looked at him, and the dude kept coming at him like a poodle. You know what I'm saying? All over the place, energy all overhyped. I bet you 1 million. You know what I'm saying? And all this shit. And when he see EJ wasn't going for that shit, he had to switch it up because he was looking like an idiot.
He was looking like
You
a
know what I'm saying?
groupie, talking about,
Yeah.
I called you. Why you pick up the phone? That's my number.
Yeah,
That's
you
goofy, man.
fronting for everybody that's in the cameras and shit. And EJ just like, nigga, we'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah, I'm
You know what
talking to
I'm
you.
saying? Right. We'll
Hey,
get
when
to
we
it.
go back and watch that, do you know it was only one person serious the whole time? Go back and look at Earl face the whole time, and then look at Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford was joking all the way through that shit. I'm
But
not saying he ain't mean well in what he was saying, but he's smirking and laughing and
Earl wasn't
Earl
playing
was
but
like,
see,
that.
man,
that's
you
that,
like man,
that's
I'm gonna
that
beat
that's
Black
your
that
Fight
high
ass.
fan.
Like,
school. See,
Black
he
Fight.
had his boys there, so he had to front for them. You know what I'm saying? EJ wasn't fronting for nobody.
Black Fight
He's
fan
trying to
said
win.
that
He's trying to win an argument, and EJ's trying to see what's up.
the
You
fight.
know what I'm saying?
Black Fight fan said Earl had gotten a car with just his girl and one of his homies and drove like 3-4 hours just to pull up on that nigga. But people talking about Terrence pulled up on Earl. Earl went to the top rank event, bro.
To the Mo Hooker fight.
Yeah, he pulled up
right,
to his
right.
territory. So how he pulling up?
Talking about I
Yeah.
FaceTimed you. Earl said, nigga, I ain't got your number. Like
Bud
that's what I'm
fans are
saying. Terrence
spin
Crawford
masters,
was
bro.
he was playing the whole time.
Yeah. He
Like
was
the man was
nervous.
joking the whole time. Like when
He
you
had that
if you
nervousness,
watch
bro.
that shit from a who's serious and who's not, bro, ain't no way in hell you gonna sit up here and tell me that Terrence Crawford was serious, bro.
He
Everything
had
Earl said had weight to it. Well, Floyd did it. What Earl said, nigga, you ain't
he
Floyd.
ain't
Like,
Floyd,
come on, bro.
nigga.
Like, it shows you right then and there. Like, see, Earl, one of them dudes, bro. Like,
He
if
was
I'm
one
not
of them
gonna
little
whoop your
words.
ass, I'm not gonna. If we can't fight about it, it's nothing to argue about. Terrence one of them dudes
Okay.
where we ain't gonna never make the fight, but we can argue every day. I'm one of them type of cats. I'd rather you punch me in my fucking face than argue with me about stupid shit. Either we gonna fight or shut the fuck up talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them cats. You see what I mean? Terrence one of them. We could just argue to argue. Fuck it. It's cool. Like, come on, bro. You about it or you ain't.
See, one thing about a misconception is about they think the money come from the PBC. You know what I'm saying? PBC gets money from they make the fights from the budget of Showtime or Fox, whoever they dealing with. That's where the money comes from to pay, you know what I'm saying, to get these events going. You know what I'm saying? So to say you can't say PBC is out of money, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever Showtime or whatever Fox got going on, whatever they can create from the budget that they give to PBC. You know, you don't use your own money to make money. You know what I'm saying? You use other people's money to make money. You don't put your own assets in there because you'll fold up pretty quick. You see what I'm saying? So you get the bigger companies like Showtime, Fox, they give you a budget and then you go make the fights happen like Eddie Hearn, like the Zone do for Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn, it ain't Eddie Hearn Promotions that got the money. That he's using the Zone money to pay fighters and put on fights. You understand? So it ain't that the PBC is out of money. It's whatever relationships they have with these networks and what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? So they can negotiate, see, what they feel comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? Crawford don't really bring in any money, bro. You know what I'm saying? He don't sell. It's about sales, pay-per-view sales, and what people want to see. See, and this fight here happens to have more legacy value than more financial value for the boxing fans. You see what I'm saying? And so that's something that they're trying to work out, you know what I'm saying? Because Terence Crawford has not really promoted himself. He didn't go to the Ugas fight, you know what I'm saying, and sit ringside. These things help sell the buildup of the fights, right? We all know this, but nobody is holding Terence Crawford feet to the fire for not doing what he can to pump up these fights. That's how you know his energy is off.
Hey, can
It's,
I can I ask y'all this? When did each one of y'all when did y'all know that Bud didn't want to fight? Like what moment did you realize like this nigga don't want this fight, man?
At the Maurice Hooker fight. You know what I'm saying? Nigga ain't want it. Nigga just want the clout chase. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna be that overhyped and shit that want to fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to beat this nigga, you just gonna tell him, hey man, I'm gonna beat you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be trying to intimidate him and all that shit. Fighters really don't get intimidated like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just, fighting like a Deontay Wilder, somebody you fear is gonna knock your brain loose. You know what I'm saying? Just being on the outside, talking, you know what I'm saying? Fighters are not, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to go through all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Unless they just really dislike each other and they really, you know what I'm saying, want to get at each other and shit. When I saw that nigga do that, I was like, this nigga, you know what I'm saying? This nigga is overhyping, you know what I'm saying, trying to convince, trying to intimidate. I said, he don't want to fight, man. Because, in real life, you just bust a nigga like Hall, you just bust his ass in the face. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be sitting up there letting a nigga come up on you and talk shit and you know what I'm saying and all that. But see, that would mess up the fight. You know what I'm saying? That would mess up the money. You know what I'm saying? So this nigga here, he's been trying to find a way out the entire time. You know what I'm saying? He's been trying to stay at top rank, not signing with PBC, not trying to go to Dubai, trying to get a deal with the zone, trying to get a deal with that person, this person, instead
Daniel
of just taking
Kinahan.
your ass. Daniel Kinahan, instead of just going to the PBC where the fights are, where all your competition is, bro. You've shown your entire career that you do not want to face this dude in a 50, in a square match. And that's how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think about it. And it just is what it is, I don't even know what to say more about shit, man. The nigga he done showed me and proven to me that, he's soft.
You
You know what
think
I'm
his team
saying?
don't want to fight either? You think Bernie and them don't want to fight either?
No, I think at this point, I think they seen him in sparring. I think they see Shakur in there touching his ass up more and more, and they know that if Shakur could get in there, because Shakur said he holding his own against Crawford now.
Oh
He
shit.
hold, he said he's holding his own and shit. You know what I'm saying? So if he could stick in there with Crawford right now, you know what I'm saying? Because he's slowing down. You know what I'm saying? Before Crawford used to Faluma and he respected that. But these young boys, they're gonna keep trying because they're gonna get stronger.
And
You know what
strong.
I'm saying? They're gonna get better, and you old, bro. You gonna get, slower
His game
and
based
weaker.
on athleticism. Did you hear that shit about him getting beat up by Kid Austin? Almost getting stopped by Kid Austin.
Right, right. I heard. Well, that was Devin Haney, I believe. Uh, that was
Damn.
Devin Haney. Devin Haney. They said, had a bad, said Kid Austin got the best of Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? He talking shit on that. He's trying to build his little career on that. But
Yeah.
Kid Austin is a bad motherfucker. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know. It might have been just like they said it, but inspiring. They try to keep it hush hush,
Mm.
until the shit come out. You know what I'm saying? Like Nate Jones said he made $800 on Devin Haney, beating Tank, they second sparring match. But it is what it is. Jay Smith said, I know it ain't EJ fault, but he says because Ugas was able to work a deal out with EJ. He said, why can't Bud do the same? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? He can't make no fight. That's a 50-50 fight. A fight where somebody might get in his ass. You know what I'm saying? Something always comes up. Now that's why I say I look at the Manny Pacquiao fight. He wasn't able to make that fight. Any fight that's we want to see him in, any
He can't
fight that
make
we interested, he can't make it.
shit. He damn
And
near ain't
so
make the Kell Brook fight or the Sean Porter fight, Paul. He damn near make neither one of those.
right. And see, and he had to convince himself that they was over the hill. You see what I'm saying? He
Mm.
had to convince himself that, he could win those fights before he got Kell Brook was done, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter was on his way out. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't know about Ugas. He didn't know what Ugas had left
Mm.
before he fought EJ. You know what I'm saying? He might fight. I don't know if he'll fight Ugas now, tell you the truth. See, he's like Canelo. See, he be trying to look for the weakness. He's like a buzzard flying up
Ah,
in the, you know what I'm saying, looking for, you
you
be
think he
half
like a
dead.
predator? Like he watching
Mm-hmm.
something. Like a hyena.
Mm-hmm. Looking for weakness. That's what they doing with EJ right now. See, if EJ was fucked up or you know what I'm saying, he had another car crash or
Mm.
God forbid, you know what I'm saying, he had a horse, he riding one of them fucking horses and he
Fall off
fall
some
off
shit.
and saying he all fucked up, look, motherfucker would be like Christopher Reeve and shit. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, oh, I'm ready. I'm ready
Yeah.
now. I'm ready.
They'll
You know
take
what I'm
a
saying?
70-30 split then. It'll take whatever
Mm-hmm.
just to beat his
Motherfucker.
ass.
Yeah, he'll be ready then and shit. So, but it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But we're
That's
gonna we're gonna go ahead.
I would say that shit just fucked up, man. Because it's not only is it holding up Earl legacy, but it's holding up the division, man. Like this fight should be happening, and then they should be passing the baton to Boots and Virgil Ortiz and the rest of these young cats, man. And Bud, he don't care about nobody, bro. He don't care about boxing as a whole. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's where you see you're just looking at what he's saying in these interviews, and it just make your whole motivation to see this fight go down. Because to me, you giving your opposition courage. You're giving them courage. You know what I'm saying? When you see that you look like you sitting on Golden Pond, that you want to go to your kid games and you want to go. Boxing is now you say boxing ain't as important because you good, you comfortable. That lets you know that you don't have the eye of the tiger no more, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the thing that drive you to help you win, to dig deep. You know what I'm saying? Inside your spirit when things go against you. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, knew that Terence Crawford got an innate ability. Look like you clicked off, Slim. Look like you clicked off. I'll drop another link. He he's always had that been able to, connect with that shit on the inside to make him pull out a victory. You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna do some shit, like switch and then, while he's punching in the middle of punching and you know what I'm saying, doing like these athletic things, you know what I'm saying, to get out of trouble. And as you get older, you're gonna have less and less moments like that. You know what I'm saying? You could do different things like Boo Ennis, you know what I'm saying? He's probably able to do some of the same shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because he's young and he's got that youthful energy and that fire. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And just because EJ been at one weight, you know what I'm saying, is if you got competition at that one weight,
That's
then
good.
it means more than going to three divisions that have nobody in it.
That's like Marvin
You know
Hagler
what I'm
was
saying?
at one weight for real.
Right. I mean,
They
if
don't,
you got
they don't say that about Triple
John,
G.
right, you got John the Beast Mugabe, and you got Tommy Hearns, what I'm saying, you got Mike McCallum, what I'm saying, you got Sugar Ray Leonard in your division, what I'm saying, you got all kind of motherfuckers that can hit, that's hard hitters in your division. You don't need to go nowhere, bro. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Because you got plenty of competition. The reason you go to different divisions is not just to get an accolade, it's to fight the best. That's why you go from different divisions. You go up to fight to challenge yourself against a bad motherfucker, right? You know what I'm saying? So you don't just go just to get a belt, just to say, I'm a champion. You know what I'm saying? You go up there because that dude there, we think he the best. And everybody respect him as the best, but I want to show him I'm better than him. You know what I'm saying? I'm going up there to beat Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? I'm going up there to beat Jamel Charlo. But that this dude is just smoking mirrors. He's just talking, bro. You know what I'm saying? He just running his fucking mouth, and that's the problem with Terence Crawford. That's the problem with Terence Crawford. He's smoking mirrors, bro. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Let me see. Samuel Washington says Sean Porter looked horrible against Sebastian for Miller. I remember that dude. He said right before he fought Crawford. Yeah. He says the PBC knew that Porter was on his way out, so they gave him away the top rank. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was on his way out, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. Von B. Deacon says, I'm trying to say, bro, you realize Bob exposed dudes. He says, Bob, TC never asked me for the EJ fight. In the quote, yeah, that's what he said. He said, you do realize dude could have mandated the IBF 6 years ago when he moved up to fight EJ. Big Mac said, they knew they could have fought. See, that's why on the front end, a lot of casual fans don't know the information. So that's why it surprised me when they come to these hardcore boxing chats and they try to spout this nonsense because, his own camp lets you know that he's been ducking the fade for too long. He's been ducking his fade for years, bro. I mean, his own camp. Why you think they didn't go after Ugas? You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't want to take no chances, bro. You know what I'm saying? They went for the weakest link, which was Jeff Horn, and they had to get that fight because he could have fought Sergey Lipinets, who was his IBF mandatory at 140, but they couldn't let nobody get to that easy win to get a foothold at 147 to grab a belt. You see what I'm saying? So they had to get that before somebody tough, just like Canelo had to fight what's your boy name? What's his name? Saunders. You know what I'm saying? He had to get to Saunders before your boy Demetrius or anybody he didn't want to fight get that belt so he could have an easy path to undisputed at 168. And it's the same kind of situation. Terence Crawford had to get to Jeff Horn. He had to get to Jeff Horn before anybody, he don't want to face get that belt. And under the WBC, that's the top ranked belt anyway. So he was okay. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't gonna let nobody else get that Jeff Horn smoke. You know what I'm saying? And get in Crawford way. But hell, he haven't done shit with it. You know what I'm saying? Since he been there, he haven't really done shit with it. W. Nivell said Crawford been overrated. He said we got to stop saying he was great. He said he's been doing the same shit from day one. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But see, this has been built up over the years as one of the best fight in boxing, and everybody want to see it play out. And that's just the sad part of it, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just the sad part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're never gonna get it. Um, Evan Duncan says EJ beat the best version of Ford. That's what I'm saying. And they skip to say that. You know what I'm saying? They skip to say that. You know what I'm saying? That's something that they don't want to really admit. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to say that part out loud. You know what I'm saying? They want to just keep it to what's on the books, and that's what Terence Crawford is banking on as he retire. Going to the Hall of Fame. That's why he keep spewing his resume to everybody that will listen. And it's like, bro, we tired. You sound like a damn broken record. You sound like a broken record, bro. Nobody wants to hear this shit about you going to the Hall of Fame and you're an active fighter. That lets you know that your whole shit was weak. You know? In the world, the world is filled to the brim with a lot of unrealistic motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's filled to the rim with a lot of unrealistic motherfuckers, right? If you was gonna make a run at 147, you know what I'm saying, you would have been done that. You would have been done that, bro. I don't care if you fighting, one at a time. We watching who you fight and how you move. We watching who you fight and how you move. You're not moving like a young Tommy Hearns or a young Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to get in there and go through the division. You want to pretend, you know what I'm saying? And you want people who support you to pretend. And see, it's time for us to get boxing right, get it back to the standards that we were raised on. You know what I'm saying? What we used to seeing in the ring. Now we got these old pussy punk ass dudes who hiding behind the media, hiding behind slogans, hiding behind business, hiding behind everything but getting in the goddamn ring and proving, you know what I'm saying, you pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, Chili, what's going on? Chili Wheel 817 says easy route. He said, look how easy it is to make a fight for 3 belts. Now look at how hard it is to make this fight. Right. And see, that's what I'm trying to get everybody to see. When you can fight people, that you can beat, look how easy it was to fight David Avenesian. You know what I'm saying? Did he have transparency there? You know what I'm saying? Why was there no issue with transparency with David Avenesian? It's only a problem with transparency when you talk to the PBC. It's like, I don't know if Daniel Canahan has a problem with the PBC and he can't reach down into the money bag and control this fight. He's trying to rip control of the fight from the PBC, or what's going on? Because this is some really weird, funky ass shit. The shit smell like pig ear and hog ass. You know what I'm saying? Boiling in the pot. That's what it smelled like. It's real funky, bro. And every time, it's EJ name involved, you know what I'm saying, it's a problem. And y'all got to see that the common denominator is Terence Crawford when it comes to a problem, making fights that's 50-50 or a fight that might give him some trouble. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to leave it right there. We've been on for about 3 hours and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We may come on later and cook. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get out to my people. You know what I'm saying? And
Everybody.
yes, sir. Thank Upper Echelon. Thank you know what I'm saying, Knockout 86 TV, Eli Peters, Joan Turner, you know what I'm saying, who's always, in the chat, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing, standing on the square, you know what I'm saying. Oh, I appreciate that Trill Hill, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate Chill Wheel 87. Hopefully you get that stream yacht, what I'm saying, coming back. Let me see, Samuel Washington, W. Nivels, you know what I'm saying, Courtney Thompson, and as always, Jay Smith for show, and Evan Duncan, you know what I'm saying. We might come back tonight at 8:47 and cook some more, you know what I'm saying, but we'll be probably talking a little bit about this, and we'll be talking a little bit about that, about Tank and this Ryan Garcia fight, um, which is kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because I never thought this shit would happen. But somehow they got it done. If they can make it happen, they can definitely make this Errol Spence Jr. fight happen too. You see what I'm saying? Because that's definitely crazy to have the Mayweather production and have Oscar De La Hoya make a deal. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll probably be back at 8:47. I'll let you know. I see you if my old lady want to go out or some shit. See, I've been spending a lot of time making videos, so you know how that go. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be fucked up. You know what I'm saying, at the crib. So, we'll see. We'll see if we come back at 8:47 and cook some more on this shit. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate Upper Echelon. Y'all subscribe to Upper Echelon. You got a couple of channels. You know what I'm saying? And he be dropping some straight heat over there on this topic, and so he be dropping straight heat about life and shit as a man. So if you like that kind of content, you know what I'm saying, please subscribe to Upper Echelon. You know what I'm saying? The man got it going on. You know what I'm saying? But this has been Pool Kind of Boxing. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Subscribe to my channel for more hardcore boxing content. And remember what I say. Law don't go around here, law dog. You savvy. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.